Get nasty on a Thursday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Appreciate everybody listening in, whether you're doing so in your car, at your desk, via the app, 101 ESPN app, or shout out to the Snake Pit, our Air Alliance team at YouTube channel at 101 ESPN STL. Marsh, I asked you toward the end of last night's show, and I said, I want you to be honest with me. Did you receive a text from the Cardinals? A very specific text that said, and I quote, "You up." Now, you said no. You hadn't received that text. I'm going to ask you the same exact question. Following the Cardinals' victory over Milwaukee last night, another extra innings victory, and they win the series. That's a back-to-back series that they have won. Did you receive the "you up" text last night?
Oh, I received it.
And did you respond?
I sent a meme.
What meme?
Maybe.
Oh, with the winky?
Maybe.
Winky emoji?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Oh, you just said we'll see.
We'll see. Who knows?
But you did respond.
Did respond.
And you responded with a "we'll see." Now, what was there emoji there?
Not the emoji that you like to send, Anthony.
Okay.
I'm not to that point yet.
All right. I wouldn't think so.
No.
I'd be a little early for that.
Yeah, it's a little early for that one.
I wasn't thinking that emoji. I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe like a winky face.
Me too. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What are
We'll
you thinking,
see.
Carey?
Probably the same thing.
Okay.
Just,
Just check.
maybe.
Okay. All right.
A wink. Like,
Anybody
I
else?
see you. I see you. I'm paying
Maybe
attention.
there's-
Yeah.
More so,
Looking good.
you know what?
Looking good lately.
If there was an emoji to be sent, it would be the two eyeballs that are like looking to the side.
Okay.
Those eyeballs. Like, I see what you're doing here. I'm not fully ready to commit to you,
Right.
but
I acknowledge
what you're doing right now.
All right. Okay.
And
Be in that dress.
I'm not exactly, diving into what you're presenting to me, but I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
Okay.
You know, when you start responding, that's...
Now, I'm not responding yet.
Fish on.
Like, I did, but,
You're on now.
Once you start nibbling,
Yep.
we know you're interested.
let's
There
just
you
say
go.
this. I'm ready to, throw some side eyes, like the good side eyes, but I'm not ready to put these red glasses on yet.
Oh,
That's
fair.
where I'm at right now.
Wow.
All right. I
So
think that's fair.
I'm going to put these
That's a bad
away
read.
for now.
Bad read, CD.
I mean, I thought maybe he was ready.
Gary just wanted him to be prepared.
He's
and I
trying
think
to
that's
he's
a
trying to
good
peer
friend.
pressure me.
I wasn't trying to... I just wanted
he
you to
wanted
be...
to make sure
I
you were
think
ready.
deep down, he wants to put on the
He
glasses.
does.
He's projecting right now.
Oh, he's excited.
So
Yeah.
I know Carey.
I am excited. Thursday Night Football. You're damn right.
Well, I know you're excited.
You can tell, right?
I can tell.
I know Carey and I didn't receive the
Would have
text.
preferred long pants today, but the shorts are fine.
Not outside.
I know Carey and I didn't receive the text. They stopped texting us. But Jamie, did they text you?
No, they know better.
Okay. All right.
They know better.
So they just went after the young one.
Yeah.
They went after Andrew Marsh.
Yeah, they went after-
hoping to get a little fish on here.
Yeah, no, they know better. They heard me a couple weeks ago. They know we're done.
Yeah, you were done before
That's
I was.
true. Yeah.
In fact, I may have blocked them at this point. They may have tried.
You don't know.
I'll never know.
I wonder how our listeners feel. I wonder how Cardinals fans feel. Did you get a "you up" text last night by the Cardinals? Did you respond?
Or were you hoping to get one from the Cardinals?
There's a lot of different emotions. So you can text us, Air Covered Service text line 314-399-9646. The Cardinals win last night 3-2. Couple of notes here. Sonny Gray, they needed that performance out of Sonny Gray last night. 7 innings of work, only allowed the 4 hits, only allowed the 1 run, 7 Ks, 1 walk. He had been victimized by the home run repeatedly in previous starts. I mean, like 5 or 6 starts before last night. The home run was a huge issue for him. Not so much last night. Now he didn't get the dub because unfortunately JoJo Romero gave up an absolute monstrous shot.
JoJo's first pitch, too.
Monstrous shot
Poor bugger.
by Eric Haas. But Ryan Helsley did not pitch in that game last night. It was Ryan Fernandez after Helsley pitched the previous night. It was Ryan Fernandez who came in, shut the door on Milwaukee. Impressive by him. He strikes out the side. He gets three Ks to end the game. That was, I used the word gritty yesterday in describing the extra innings victory the previous night. That was another gritty victory. I mean, you could have went sideways quickly. But Sonny Gray gave you a huge start. Bullpen did its job. Luken Baker off the bench gets the single. Another ribby for Luken Baker, and the Cardinals win. Get out with a series victory against Milwaukee.
Guys, it was such a Cardinals win last night. For this season, it encompassed everything. You walk in 2 runs to get the lead. You can't provide any more offense for the entire game.
That's all they needed. They got those 2. They're like, we're going to shut this thing down right
until the 10th
now.
inning, when Luken Baker smashes a ground ball and finds a little hole, and finally Mason Wing can get home. That was your offense, was 2 walks and a pinch hit ground ball.
That's correct.
That's why I'm aggravated.
It's a win.
I'm not mad at the win.
Don't ask how, just how many.
That's right.
I know, Carey.
71 now.
Here's the problem with that. Is that kind of game is what caught up to them this year.
Well,
That's what got up when
That's
they're on
why-
all those one-run games, and then they just win, and everybody thinks they're good. Unreal.
That's why you're not receiving the texts anymore. You
I might
blocked
just
them.
get a new phone number, actually.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh, I just got a text. They're asking if I want to go to the game Saturday.
Oh, wow. You know they could use you.
I'm going.
Are you?
No, I'm actually going to the game Saturday. Yeah.
Were you going to go?
I was already going.
But were you going to go? You know, because you got tickets. Sometimes you have tickets,
You're like,
No, I was going.
but it's college football Saturday.
That's true. But Anthony, I didn't pay for these tickets.
I hope
Even
not.
more so. Even more so.
Half the crowd isn't paying for tickets anymore.
No. Those Bud Bash tickets, we were like, hey, we got these things. They're like, we'll answer the question, but you can keep the tickets.
I'm good.
You know what? This is a
Give it
makeup for
somebody
that
else.
damn rainout game I didn't get to go to.
There you go.
So,
Well, Marsh, I hope you enjoy yourself, buddy.
thank you.
You deserve this one, man.
And we get to see Seattle in town. I don't think I've ever seen them play.
Got to see a lot of offense. You're not going to see any offense. They stink offensively too. Cardinals right now, they're only 10 games back in the division now, boys.
Catching up.
Yep. They made some ground in the division. Nah.
In the division, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They're
10.
not.
We're 11. Now they're 10.
I don't think you should
That's
worry
progress.
about
That is.
that. I don't think that's where you should be looking.
Well, you didn't make up any ground
You
last
made
night in the
up none.
wild card. So
And why
what do you
is
want
that?
from me?
Because everybody else keeps winning.
Yeah, the Padres have won 3 in a row. Diamondbacks have won back-to-back games. The Braves have won back-to-back games. The bleeping Mets have won 7 straight.
I did look at the Braves schedule. Doesn't favor the Cardinals, and especially they're playing the Mets late in the season. And since the Mets are right there, I don't know if that really helps the Cardinals at all.
No, because one of those teams is going to win.
Absolutely.
That's the problem there.
Well, but one of those teams going to lose.
Yeah. But
They'll still be in front of you.
and you're not, actually, what you need is you need one team
You need a draw.
Yeah.
to sweep it.
You think so?
I don't think that matters.
Well, if they both win games, they keep plugging along. At least if there's one victim in the
But you'll
series.
still be behind.
But you got to keep
that
winning.
team.
He's
too.
trying to put a positive spin on it, guys.
Carey, I'm giving you everything I got.
Everything he's
Like,
got.
if
need
I
some
thought I
rubber
was-
game.
I'm sorry.
If I thought I was going to be cross-examined every time I say something,
Jeez.
what the heck is wrong with you
I was
today?
just trying to figure out. I mean, if they're both in front of you, even if you sweep one, the other one's still going to be
I
in
know,
front
Carey,
of
but
you.
it felt
still,
better.
it felt different.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did.
All right.
I got you, Jamie. I got you.
All right.
Yeah, so you're still 5.5 games back in the wild card race. The Braves continue to play well. The Mets are only a half game back in the wild card. The Chicago Cubs won't go away. They're 4.5 games back. But at least you're making it interesting again if you're the Cardinals.
Separating, you're distancing yourself from the Giants.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us.
You want some positivity, huh, Jamie?
We're only a minus 54 run differential. We
It's
were
getting better.
mid-60s.
It's getting better.
Yeah. So that's the biggest difference from 2011.
Yes. I sent that text yesterday. I was in a conversation on the old tweet machine with some Cardinal fans, and that was one of the questions was, what is the difference between this year and 2011? 3 big things for me.
Team was
One,
better.
Albert Pujols, Chris Carpenter, and the fact that you had a plus run differential in that year.
Which
and-
means what?
well, you're a good team.
You're a better team.
You were 8 games above 500 at that point
Yeah.
on September 4th of 2011.
Guys, the run differential for the Cardinals, minus 54. Right above them in the race.
Yeah.
The Cubs at plus 57. That's a 111-run swing.
They just threw a combined no-hitter yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that's one team.
So did the Cubs,
That's one team that we're not really paying attention to. They're starting to make a little push too. They've been winning games.
To hell with them.
No, I
73
know.
in their last 10, Marshy. You're
But
not
I'm just
wrong.
saying, how embarrassing would that be if that team, who really didn't look like a playoff contender heading into the All-Star break, ended up making the playoffs over you?
It'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't think either team's making the playoffs. It'll be fine.
Now that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah. Good. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Each week, the Fastlane and the Rizzuto Show battling in the Pick'em Challenge, but sometimes they come together just to hang out and watch a little foosball. You can join Scott Rizzuto from the Rizzuto Show and our guy Carey Davis tonight, 6:30, 8:30 at Hot Shots in St. Charles. Carey, it is tonight, Carey.
Yeah.
You were looking at me like,
Nah, I remember it.
yeah, very good.
Sure.
Got to go to Hot Shots tonight.
He's texting right now.
6:30
Yeah.
to
It's like,
8:30.
son, I got to get a babysitter. Forgot about this.
You watch my kids. Come watch the NFL season kickoff tonight. Get signed up for some 101 ESPN endpoint giveaways and enjoy some cold Bud Light. That's this Thursday, i.e. tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 with Carey Davis and Riz at Hot Shots in St. Charles. It's all brought to you by Bud Light. Everybody get their picks in for the Pick'em Challenge?
I did.
Yes.
All right. Well, we've got the parameters for the Pick'em Challenge, too. Got the punishments, ironed out the tiebreaker situations. We'll tell you about that in a little bit. But what are the more intriguing storylines ahead of the 2024 NFL season, which, again, kicks off tonight? And you can listen to the game right here on 101 ESPN. Most intriguing storylines next on 101 ESPN. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Tonight, we have the Ravens and Chiefs pregame starting right here on 101 ESPN at 6:30, and it's the kickoff, the official kickoff of the NFL season. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. It's going to be a fun night, that's for sure. So, and I think it's going to be, I mean, it always is in the NFL. It's always an intriguing. There's different storylines that you have going into September, and then they kind of evolve. And I feel like sometimes the storylines that we lay out in September don't really hold up throughout the season, just because you have so many. It's like a great mini series. You start in season 1, and if you watch until like season 4, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about some of the storylines that occurred in season 1 that got you hooked initially. If you guys were to pick the most interesting storyline heading into the season, what would it be?
The most?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if it's the most interesting. I do think it's a very interesting one. Is, well, the New York Jets / Aaron Rodgers. Like, we really didn't get to see that. Like, really, what that was going to look like.
Right.
And I think it's intriguing because how that works out will cause chaos in that division. Because if they're as good as everybody thinks they're going to be, then that's going to be problematic for the Bills and the Dolphins and the Patriots. Okay, I
don't think so.
I
don't think so.
To be positive there, but
I see what you did, but
yeah,
I don't think it works.
I couldn't do it with a straight face. But so for me, Aaron Rodgers, that whole the mystique around all of it, and the chaos that they have right now in their locker room, and Hassan Reddick still like AWOL. Like, I'm just like, that to me is intriguing.
Yeah.
For me, it's the Baltimore Ravens signing a legit running back. The Ravens led the league in rushing yards, and their quarterback was their leading rusher. You got Derrick Henry in the backfield with Lamar Jackson. Good luck. Because one of them is going to have the ball in their hands. One of them is going to run over you. One of them is going to make you miss. I think those two in the backfield, for me, as a running back, watching those two in the backfield together, Lamar coming off of an MVP season, I wouldn't be surprised if he repeats, because he's going to have a legit running back that you have to put 8 in the box. So now it opens up so much more in the passing game for him to find Mark Andrews downfield, Zay Flowers. Like, you're going to see some big plays from the Baltimore Ravens this season, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
I think for me, it's Caleb Williams. Can he live up to the hype? I don't know if we've had this much hype around a first-round draft pick in quite some time. At least in the past few years. But Caleb Williams, he is that dude, or at least people think he's that dude. And can he be that dude in Chicago, a franchise that notoriously loses unless they have Rex Grossman as their quarterback, or they have an unbelievable defense back in the 80s. Yeah. Other than that, or Devin Hester.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rex Grossman. But can he be that guy that ultimately gets them out of the basement and becomes a legitimate team? I wonder if this team can be somewhat of what the Cubs were in the mid-2010s, where the Cubs, they were just, whatever, they're the Cubs. And then they started to get the right pieces. They had a couple dudes on their team, and they ended up winning a World Series because of that. I think that team is the one team I'm looking forward to seeing this year. One, because they're in my favorite team's division, but two, just because of what Caleb Williams can bring on the football field.
I think for me, it's Kansas City, and whether or not they can three-peat. That to me, that's a massive storyline. So you'd have Patrick Mahomes winning 3 straight. You have Andy Reid winning 3 straight. You already have a dynasty, in my opinion, that's building.
Yeah.
Can this be this era's version of what Brady and Belichick were, but maybe even better? I mean, you win 3 straight Super Bowls. That is incredibly impressive. And then, of course, you're setting up whether or not you could get to a 4th straight next year, which would be the first time since the Bills got to 4 straight in the early 90s. Now, they lost all 4. So, anyways, I think that is the most intriguing storyline. And then from there, it's like, who stands up to them? Yeah. Who stands up to them in the AFC? Who's their biggest threat in the AFC? If they do get to the Super Bowl, who's their biggest threat in the NFC? Is it still the 49ers? Carey, you seem to think that. Now, I heard somebody else talk about this too. It's not just you. Somebody nationally was like, yeah, I think the 49ers have too many issues going into the year. Who in the NFC then emerges? But I think if we just focus in on the AFC for a second, like, who's their biggest threat?
Baltimore.
Yeah,
I think it's hands down. It's Baltimore. Baltimore is going to be, in my opinion, that elite team in the AFC. They're in a tough in a tough division. You know, with three of the teams in their division making the playoffs last year, and the team that didn't make it gets their quarterback back healthy, and he's one of the best players in the league in Joe Burrow. So I think Baltimore, because they're going to be tested throughout the entire season. And again, the addition of Derrick Henry, in my opinion, was one of the best additions in the offseason. I know running backs aren't a sexy thing to talk about. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley being added to those teams in Baltimore and Philadelphia, you're going to see a group of guys being able to do things. In my opinion, they're going to be outstanding. Philadelphia Eagles are, because they have so many weapons, and the Baltimore Ravens are as well, so many weapons.
And I think you mentioned a team that almost is flying under the radar from this standpoint. It's the Bengals, because we've seen Joe Burrow beat Mahomes. Mm-hmm. We've seen him beat. Joe Burrow's gotten him multiple times, and he nearly got him a couple of years ago when the Bengals were trying to go to back-to-back Super Bowls.
Right.
So I'm with you. I think the Ravens are the team that gives that is the biggest challenger to the Chiefs. But they got a lot to prove. That AFC title game last year, while they had the issues with Flowers, Flowers had dropped the one,
fumble the ball
in the end zone, and
they
Todd
didn't run the ball,
not running the ball at all.
And that's why
They've got a lot to prove.
You went and signed
against
one of the guys. And so I think it's going to be we'll see tonight. I think tonight will be a telltale sign for what Baltimore is going to look like and how you're going to have to try to defend them, because you're going to have to pick your poison. Are you going to put 8 in the box and try to stop Derrick Henry? And I know he's a little bit older, longer in the tooth, but he still runs downhill, and he's still a large human being. Mm-hmm. And if you do that, you're in at Lamar Jackson's mercy at that point.
If it's Kansas City versus everyone else, I think one team that could throw a wrench in the Ravens' plans is the Houston Texans. It seems like they have an all-star team over there with a really good young quarterback in his second year, and Joe Burrow in his second year took the Bengals to the Super Bowl. I wonder if Houston could do the same thing.
Yeah,
they take the next step.
I had C.J. Stroud on my list here too. For me, it's not that I think there might be a sophomore jinx, but the league has had a whole year now of video of this young man. And I know that a lot of the play calling in that's just general formation from the offensive coordinator. But there are tendencies, especially for young quarterbacks, that they have, and teams will clamp down on that. They'll go back, look at video of games where he struggled. What did that team do? And they're going to look to, obviously to take him out of the equation. So I'm interested to see how he adjusts as well.
Now, if you flip it over to the NFC, I think this is a conference that's either full of teams that need to prove themselves, or teams that are already taking that step, and now it's just about execution. So let's talk about the latter first. Let's talk about the 49ers, the Lions, even the Eagles. They have proven that they're a good team.
Yeah.
Like the Lions are going to have a great season. The 49ers are going to have a great season.
Yeah. The Lions are a team that I'm intrigued to watch, because now you're the hunted now. I'm looking at Super Bowl odds. They are 4th behind the Chiefs, the 49ers, and the Ravens. The Lions have never had that in the history of Lions. So if you're an organization that is usually trying to track down teams in your own division, in your own conference, and now you're being looked at as one of the Super Bowl favorites, how do you respond to that? I know your guy, Dan Campbell. I know you think he's going to respond well, because he's a man's man, and we love Dan Campbell. But I think that's going to be an intriguing thing to see how the Lions respond to being the team that is no longer looked at as, now you got to take the Lions seriously and be ready to play every weekend. So
for me, with the Lions, the team itself, I think, is ready to take that next step. I think that it's ready to be a Super Bowl contender in the actual Super Bowl game. What I hope during the offseason for the Lions is that somebody talked to Dan Campbell, or Dan Campbell talked to his coaching staff and implemented maybe a layer or two of opinions before he makes a massive decision. No, you know what I mean? Maybe the season's over and he turns to his offensive coordinator and says, all right, in big situations, I'm going to ask you your opinion, before I make my decision. Now, that may not change my decision. It may not. But we're going to have the quick talk before I just say, let's go for it on 4th and 37.
Can I make a point? He shouldn't ask the offensive coordinator. He should ask the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Because the offensive coordinator, hell yeah, we're going for it. What do you mean? You asking me?
Yeah.
I got a great play for it.
I don't care if he asks the kicker, honestly.
Maybe the special teams.
Yeah,
Maybe the special teams coach.
Yeah.
D coordinator.
Defense coordinators are going to be like, punt.
Yeah. Maybe he'll run it by the Applebee's manager.
Yeah, he's eating good in the neighborhood
But
now.
I do think that was the one thing listen, that is Dan Campbell is the one reason this team is where they're at now. But he's also the reason they didn't get to the Super Bowl last year. Because they had the 49ers out behind the woodshed, and they didn't need to go for a few things, and they did, and it cost them. So take it easy, Dan.
They were the bad guy in any movie and or TV show that has got to hold the gun while talking too much.
And this is my evil plan.
Exactly.
Just shoot him. What are you doing? The longer you take, the
And
more
then the next thing you know, it's this gunshot, and you're like, oh no! And then the villain falls back.
Shot in the back or something.
Yeah, got hit in the neck. So the Lions, the 49ers, we already know they're going to have good seasons. The other teams that need to prove it, the Dallas Cowboys, have so much to prove, right? Like, it's like, hey, we're good, but are we going to win anything? Falcons. And we think they're going to have a good season. You got to prove it. Packers, you had a good season last year. Can you take the next step? The Rams. A lot of people like the Rams this year. But how much? Like, I think there's kind of tiers in the NFC. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh has what's trending next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals are off today after taking 2 of 3 against the Milwaukee Brewers, a 3-2 win last night. Luke and Baker with a huge RBI to put the Cardinals up in extra innings. Like I said, off today, but they'll take on the Seattle Mariners tomorrow. Eric Fetty on the mound going up against Bryce Miller. First pitch is at 7:15. Tonight, though, the NFL is back. The Chiefs and the Ravens. You can listen to it right here on 101 ESPN with the pregame starting at 6:30. We have What's Trending coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time to find out what's going on in the sports world with What's Trending Now. Brought to you by Goodwill. Donate a car and get tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, Aaron Judge, as we know, didn't have a great weekend against the Cardinals, and that could be because he was on Paw Patrol on August 26th, and since he hit a home run on Paw Patrol, he is batting under 200, has 0 home runs, 2 RBIs, and has struck out 15 times. Now, we had this conversation last week about Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. for the AL MVP race. Has anything changed for you guys? Obviously, the Royals are not looking too good right now either. They won last night. Tommy Pham hits a home run, seems to do that.
As soon as he gets to a new team.
As soon as he gets to a new team, seems to do that. We'll see how that fares for the Royals down the stretch. But has anything changed for that AL MVP race since Aaron Judge has stunk since being on Paw Patrol?
Yeah, the curse of Paw Patrol. I saw that. It's gruesome. I don't know what's going on there. He, for a short period of time, there wasn't a pitch he wasn't hitting a home run off of. And now he's struggle busting. But I guess, you know what? Pretty much to be expected in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, at some point, even if you're Aaron Judge and you're superhuman, you're gonna struggle. The season's long enough. Yeah,
I still think he's an MVP.
He's the MVP. He's going to win the MVP in the AL. Shohei Ohtani's going to win in the NL.
So that's another thing I wanted to bring up because there's been rumblings about perhaps Francisco Lindor challenging Shohei Ohtani for the NL MVP race. Are you concrete? Shohei is the guy?
Yeah.
I think so, too, just based on the potential of 50-50.
I think, ironically, the 2 shortstops in the respective leagues are making this a discussion, right? Bobby Witt Jr. in the AL and then Francisco Lindor in the NL. But I think if you look at just... What's up?
No. Oh.
Jamie, you have your hand
I have a question.
Yeah.
A little off topic. No, it's actually right on topic. How do you guys feel about an MVP being a DH?
You are right. If you're thinking of the same person I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
Marcell Ozuna.
But Ozuna, no, I'm thinking even Shohei Ohtani.
Marcell Ozuna as well.
Shohei Ohtani hasn't put a baseball glove on all year, and he's an MVP. Most valuable player, not best hitter.
Shows you how good he is.
Yeah.
Oh, but like Francisco Lindor, he's a Gold Glove shortstop that's having a great year. Like, that's an MVP. And I'm not taking anything away from Shohei because he's going to have 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases, but it's very one-dimensional. Now, if he was pitching, would he be pitching well? Probably, but he's not this year.
I don't know how you feel about the statistic war, which obviously kind of paints at least some
What is it
picture.
good for?
It's
Absolutely nothing.
Sometimes it is. Say it again. Shohei Ohtani's a 6.6 WAR this season. Francisco Lindor is a 7.3. Oh, so that would indicate, Jamie, what you're saying. That would be hey, he's impacting more than just the offense.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
I find it interesting that Francisco Lindor was stinking it up to start the season off. Marcell Ozuna has better numbers than Francisco Lindor. Better average, better OPS. He has more hits than Shohei, and he doesn't have more home runs. But he's doing better than Francisco Lindor. It was interesting that Lindor leapfrogged Ozuna to be the number 2 person at this point. Because I thought Marcell Ozuna was the one that was trying to chase down Shohei, but somehow that kind of shifted very, very quickly.
Yeah, so Shohei's got 44 home runs, 46 stolen bases.
Yeah.
He's driven in 99 thus far. Lindor, he's got 30 home runs, 26 stolen bases. He's driven in 84. Marcell Ozuna has 37 home runs, 0 stolen bases.
He's a big burly guy. He doesn't steal bases. It's not what you got him for, Anthony.
Otani's a big guy.
He's a big dude.
He's not.
I mean,
He's not. And Ozuna has a higher batting average. I know we don't care about batting average anymore. Nobody cares about batting average.
well, it's not. I mean,
like hitting the ball
Shohei's hitting
matters in
290.
baseball.
Shohei's hitting 290.
And Marcell Ozuna is hitting 305.
Okay, a couple more hits. Talk to me in a week.
It's just.
Otani's 44 and 46.
I'm not. No.
club.
I'm not saying. I think Otani should win. I'm saying how Lindor just leapfrogged Ozuna to becoming the second. Chasing down Shohei Otani.
I think
That was intriguing to
impacts.
me.
I think Lindor impacts more of the game than Ozuna does.
Tell that to the Braves.
Well,
Okay.
to your point, I feel like
on the
sometimes we look at MVP, like MVP is most valuable player, and I look at that like to their team and where that team is. If the Mets make the playoffs, the Mets weren't supposed to make the playoffs this year.
No.
They even said like we're probably going to take a step back. And so the fact that they're even in the playoff race, if you take Shohei Otani off the Dodgers, I still think the Dodgers are one of the best teams in the league. They've proven that for the last 15 to 20 years when they didn't have Shohei Otani.
Yeah.
So if we want to look at it from a most valuable player, I think Lindor brings more value to his team in relation to what Shohei does to his team. Because if you take Lindor off that Mets team, they're probably below where the Cardinals are in the standings.
When I look at most valuable player, to me, it's not most valuable hitter.
Or you want to have a most outstanding player, and that's what the NHL does. They
Yeah.
have like a most outstanding player. They either had the goal scorer. Like there's different
things.
awards for different things.
I don't know. I just feel like you should actually have played in the field.
Yeah. I mean, look, there is an argument to be made on both
50-50
sides.
is. I don't think there's
It's
an
incredible,
argument.
but for sure. I mean, it's incredible, but it's it's an offensive stat.
Yeah.
There's no defense involved in that.
And if he wins, it's like I don't think anyone's going to argue that by any means. But
No,
It's a compelling point.
It's just a thought, Andrew. Okay,
100%, I'm agreeing
It's
with
just
you.
a thought.
He's actually literally agreeing
I know.
with you.
I'm agreeing aggressively back with you.
Last thing here before we move on. Obviously, the Chiefs, they start the quest for the three-peat tonight against the Baltimore Ravens. We just talked about that in our last segment. We got a question from the 314, though. I thought this was interesting. Hey, guys, question. What is more shocking, the Chiefs winning 3 Super Bowls in a row or the Bills losing 4 Super Bowls in a row?
Bills losing 4.
Oh yeah,
Because there's
That's
no
tough to
way
do.
you get there 4 times and don't think you're not going to
Yeah.
get 1. Like, to go
true.
4 times, I don't know how many times they were favored. I would assume probably not at all against the Cowboys.
Probably not against the Cowboys, no.
But when you're playing the Redskins and the Giants, I would assume that they were favorites at one point.
Yeah, you would think so.
That to me is one of the most impressive feats in all of sports. Like to be able to make it to the championship 4 times in a row and not win one of them.
Yeah, especially when you consider
Come on.
their comeback against the Oilers in the one playoffs. You know, that Jim Kelly gets hurt, and Frank Reich has he has to take over.
Oh God, that's right.
Completely. I mean, just remarkable, right? Like you talk about the odds of them even making it to the 4 Super. I would say it's the Bills too.
Yeah.
And to Carey's point, you don't think that you're going to go 4 straight times and not win one
not
of them.
win one.
And it's not like those teams are
Or
flukes.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, Melvin Thomas, Bruce Smith, Andre Reed,
Marv Levy.
Marv Levy, one of the. I mean, it just
They had guys.
Marv Levy doesn't even get tossed into like the best coaches of all time
'Cause
mix,
he didn't
Win one. That's silliness too.
And I think what sucks the most for Buffalo fans is that a decade earlier you watched the New York Islanders win 4 straight in a row.
Sure.
That's got to be tough for those Buffalo fans.
Yeah, well, they have the Buffalo Buffaloes, so that's good, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, how have they been doing?
Not great. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What will it take you to get back to the ballpark in 2024? So the Cardinals right now are on a bit of a winning streak here. Well, they've turned things around. It's probably too little too late. So what will it take for you to get back into the ballpark in 2024? We want your mic drops on this. If you want to leave us a mic drop, you can. We're interested because there's several different ways to look at this. And yesterday we had the conversation about whether or not some of the comments lately about the Cardinals and their fans have been a little tone deaf. So what would it take for you to get back into the ballpark in 2024? That's next on 101 ESPN.
We never really left, but we would love it if they would keep playing this old-time baseball, this good baseball. And also, I would like to see them add a little bit more to the pitching staff, especially in the bullpen. And let's bring up these young pitchers and see what they can do.
All right, that's Janet, the one and only Janet, leaving us a mic
Future
drop.
Bobo.
Yeah, absolutely. Sign her right up. We'd be ready, man. Janet will get this team whipped into shape in no time.
She's not wrong.
No, she's not. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So we threw it out there to you, the listener. Leave us a mic drop. If you want to participate, what would it take for you to get back into the ballpark next season? I think I said 2024 in the tease. I meant 25.
Oh, I thought you meant this year.
I thought you meant this year. Because I was going to say, is this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what would get you back this year?
Honestly, you could, whatever you want.
It's 2025.
No, but there's a difference. Because what will get me back to go to games in 2024 is different than what 25 would be.
Nothing this year.
2025. The calendar, the year.
We could talk about this year if you guys want, but for me, it's like, I already know, I've already seen this movie. Unless you're going to completely change the look of, like, you're going to go with the youth movement at some point. You're not in the final month of the season, so nothing. But I think both things can, be true in terms of what you want to see in 24 and 25. But Jamie, what would it take for you to get back into the ballpark right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Quite honestly, there's one guy that makes me want to watch the games every night. It's Mason Wynn. Look at last night. Again,
It's remarkable.
97-mile-an-hour zinger to home plate. And you watch that play, there's no way that guy should have been thrown out. Siani dives again, narrowly missing a ball. It bounces around a little bit. The guy's already rounded second. Like, that should have been an easy score at home plate.
Right.
They get it to Mason Wynn, who, by the way, he just spins, and you can see his eyeballs readjust as to where he has to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And then he fires a laser that gets the guy out by like 3 feet.
It's amazing.
It wasn't even close.
But that's what gets me to the ballpark right now, which is why I've been saying for a week now, maybe 10 days, play the young guys.
Yep.
Give me a reason to be excited. I want to see Jordan Walker hit a home run. I want to see Mason Wynn do things like that. I want to see Michael Siani continue to dive for those fly balls or those line drives, whatever. Give me a reason to show up. That's the reason, which is why I think a youth movement, not a whole rebuild, a youth movement might be just what Cardinals fans are willing to look at or what they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's nothing. The calendar change. January 1st,
yeah,
2025, a new year. Would I mean?
Okay, but then what does that new year look like?
I hope
for you?
different.
No, but tell me.
For me, it looks like a team that does not rinse and repeat and give me the same meal on a different plate. Like, don't bring
so
me
what
the
does that
same.
meal look like then?
That meal looks like some of the younger pitchers that we have in the minor leagues playing and getting an opportunity to start in the rotation. Because if you're gonna repeat and send me back out with 2025 looking like Steven Matz, Kyle Gibson, Lance Lynn, Andre Palante, Eric Fetty, Sonny Gray, yeah, okay. And that's
not what you want to see.
That's not what I want. That's the same meal on a different plate.
Yeah,
like it's just you just change. You just put a candle on this thing. I didn't do anything different. You just reheated this, sir. Mm-hmm. You didn't cook this. This is not a new meal.
So you'd like to see Graceffo, McGreevy, maybe Quinn Matthews.
I was going to say Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Matthews. I was thinking it's him.
Bring him to the Blues.
Quinn Matthews. Tink Hence is tearing it up. I know that's a big jump from AA to the majors, but he had, who was the guy he struck out?
Struck out Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe.
With a sweet
unbelievable pitch.
Yeah.
Like,
he looked great.
Give the kid a chance.
For me, that's what gets me back engaged and excited for 2025. Seeing some faces that we have not seen before, not rinsing and repeating, bringing the same people back. You're going to have, like, even I've said it for the last couple of weeks, they're going to bring, in my opinion, they're going to bring Paul Goldschmidt back. Should they? Probably not. You should probably be moving on, but I think they are because there's a level of stability that they are uncomfortable with the unknown, in my opinion. Like, there's stability in Kyle Gibson. There's stability in Lance Lynn. We know these guys. There's stability in Matt Carpenter. We know what they are. We know who they are. They are uncomfortable making themselves uncomfortable. Like there's no growth when you stay the same. So, but they're going to, in my opinion, stay the same, stay the course. Just we'll get it right. Look at what Goldie's doing here the last month, right? You can buy into that. You can believe that, and that's going to be a rinse and repeat. And they're going to bring you the same meal, and you're going to eat it.
So let me ask all of you a question.
I'm not gonna eat it.
You are.
I'm not going to eat it.
You are.
I've put my foot down.
Okay, well, you sit there and starve.
Let me ask all
I'll
of
be
you
like Jamie.
You starve.
a quick question.
What, pick 3 different teams to root for?
No,
There you go.
If
Football.
Oh, okay.
if the Cardinals move on from John Mozeliak, are you bought back in?
No.
Okay.
Not okay.
some people-
Let me rephrase. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because if they hire Junior Mo and it's the same product,
Who's Junior Mo?
I'm assuming it's going to be Keim Bloom.
But what if he's not the Junior Mo we think he's going to be?
I will be open-minded.
Okay.
So if Bloom winds up being the guy that replaces Mo, I will be open-minded, but I will be skeptical. Because it's the same ownership group. And the DeWitts, look, from an ownership standpoint, the DeWitts are fantastic. Let's not be ridiculous here. Just because we're tired of the same meal being cooked over and over again. We're tired of some of the patronizing that has taken place here. They're still fantastic owners. I'm not overlooking that. We can be in Cincinnati and the owners are looking at us like, what are you going to do? What else you going to watch? Well, you got the Bengals, you got Ohio State, you got literally anything else. You Arizona Diamondback. But here in St. Louis, look, the ownership group is great. But when it comes to Bloom, if I see a lot of the same things that they're doing, and it's just, you slapped a different label on a mediocre product, and I'm sorry, nothing's changed for me.
A lot of people are texting in like, get rid of Mo, get rid of Mo, get rid of Mo. So I'm just trying to find out. So if John Mozeliak is fired, are you automatically back on board?
He has one more year left on his deal.
I'm asking. He's reassigned.
Correct?
Yeah. Somewhere in the organization, he's moved over to the business side, whatever it is, community relations, or just go collect your paycheck, whatever.
Does it? I think that goes to what Anthony said. Does it change, or is this new chef cooking the same damn meal? Is he just reheating it?
I understand.
If he is, then what difference does it make?
What percentage of Cardinals fans do you think the moment John Mozeliak is relieved of his duties, whether it's the team moves on or it's a year down the road and his contract is up and he walks away, what percentage of fans do you think are, now we're cooking? We're back, baby. Got rid of that guy.
I think it depends on what happens. I don't think it's as simple as fire John Mozeliak and then fans start showing back up. Because if you fire John Mozeliak and you don't change, the new person comes in and doesn't change anything, doesn't do anything different, doesn't show you a vision like what we've seen from the Blues, then why would you continue to show up for that?
I think you're both right. I do. I think you're both right, because I'm with you, CD. It's like, hey, you have to actually change something.
Yes.
You can't just change the president. But to your overall point, you're asking a good question here. There's a lot of people that just say, get rid of Mo, you got the problem fixed.
Yeah.
And they're not realizing that or maybe they're not realizing it's the same ownership group that may just have the same game plan, that just somebody else executing the same game plan.
It might be a very similar meal, just different ingredients.
Exactly.
Well, it could be like what Carey's saying, the chef, you change the chef. At the end of the day, ownership group could be that rat that's in the chef's hat cooking the meal, except for you do change the chef, but at the end of the day, it's the rat who's been doing it.
Like
rat is
like
really
pulling their
good.
hair.
Pulling their hair.
Hold on. But
And
those
moving the hands.
meals were really good.
They were.
Yeah, they were.
That chef was putting meals together that, was doing some electrifying
That
dancing.
chef was so good that even when they knew it was a rat,
They
people
were
didn't
okay.
care.
Absolutely. Yep.
They're like, I'm in.
Right.
Sign me up.
Especially, that meal too, ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Did I ever told you that story about Ratatouille?
No.
So when I was playing in Russia, I'll make this quick. I was playing in Russia. I came back, I had broken my hand in a fight over there, and so I wasn't going to stick around and hang out. So I fly
Want to
back.
just hang out in Russia?
Yeah, no thanks. So I fly back here, and when I go back to get into, flying back St. Louis to New York, New York to Moscow. It's about 16 hours in the air total.
Mm-hmm.
I get all the way to Moscow. They say that my visa's no good, and they won't listen to anything I have to say. So the Army guys come with their guns, walk me over to baggage, get my bag, walk me down the hall, walk me right onto another plane, heading right back to New York. all the way back to New York from Moscow. Wait 2 days, get my visa approved, all the way from New York, all the way back to Moscow. Everything's fine. So I don't even know what day of the week it is at this point. Funny thing is, there's only one movie that was playing on this airline. Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Every single flight, I watched Ratatouille.
Yeah.
This was like before the tablets.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I had Ratatouille going. I got off the plane. I was like, I'm never watching that movie again.
Yeah.
Ever again.
I'm the same way with, I used to work at Circuit City before I got into radio a long time ago. They used to play 2 movies, Hitch and Kicking and Screaming. Kicking and Screaming.
Yeah.
They had it on ones, like if you were back of the store, it was Hitch. If you were in the middle of the store, it was Kicking and Screaming. I could cite. I like the whole, when I say, look, I get it. The Finches were a bad idea. That's from Kicking and Screaming. I heard that over and over. I'm the same way. Like, if one of those is on, I can't watch it. Like, I'm done. Chris would be like, oh, this movie's funny. I go,
no.
I know.
But
It was funny the first 3,000 times I saw it.
But last time I was flying over, I challenged myself to see if I knew every single word of the movie. I was pretty darn close.
I'm sure you were. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Our 2024 NFC predictions. You got tonight's game, kickoff in the NFL, our NFC predictions. Division winners, 3 wild cards. Who represents the NFC in the Super Bowl? Next. 2:04, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. At 7:20 tonight, the NFL season will kick off at Arrowhead Stadium as the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs will host the Ravens in a rematch of the AFC title game. We've got the pregame kicking off at 6:30. And then after that, the pregame, we've got the game for you right here on 101 ESPN. It is Fast Lane. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, and it's time for our NFC predictions. And we do save them so that we can make fun of ourselves later on.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Love it.
It's more fun that way.
We were
boys.
fine last year in football. It was our baseball picks.
Baseball was an absolute cluster, you know what? Yeah. No, football, actually, we all had the same. We had Ravens-Niners.
For the Super Bowl, yeah.
last year.
The three of us did.
Yep.
So, yeah, we got close. Marcia, what'd you wind up with last year?
Oh, goodness gracious. I think I had the Ravens and the 49ers.
Oh, you had them too?
I think so.
That doesn't sound right.
I can't really remember.
That's fine.
Ravens let everybody down then, huh?
Sure
That
did.
they did. All right, guys. We'll just start off with the divisions first. Who do you guys have winning the NFC East?
I have the Cowboys. I know the Eagles are a heck of a team, but I think Dak's going to have a good year. Do I think that they're going to win anything beyond being the division champions? No, I don't. But I think they're going to have a good regular season. I have the Cowboys winning the NFC East.
I got the Eagles. I talked about it earlier. The addition of Saquon Barkley, I think they have so many weapons on that offensive side. I know that losing Jason Kelsey is a huge loss at center, but Cam Jurgens, I think, is going to do a really good job there. He's played some before in the past, and he's been there for a couple of years. I just think that they have the best overall team in terms of that division. The Cowboys, I do like, and I think Dak is probably going to have one of the best years of his entire career, seeing as how he's going to be a free agent if the Cowboys can get something done here in the next couple of days or at some point during the season. But I think the Eagles are the best team, and they did really well in the draft, so I think they're going to be the one.
Marsh, who do you got winning the NFC East?
I have the Dallas Cowboys. I know there's been a lot of question marks in this offseason, but at the end of the day, they are a pretty good regular season. I don't think they'll win in the playoffs per usual, but I do think they'll win the NFC East.
All right, so looks like you two are aligned, and Carey and I are aligned. I've got the Eagles as well. I think that's still one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. I don't know about Nick Sirianni and the relationship between him and Jalen Hurts. I do know that Jalen Hurts is an absolute gamer. This is a dude that eats, breathes, lives football. Somebody that I think will understand some of the issues that he had a year ago and some of the things that the defense, did to take away his legs. Now you got Saquon Barkley you got to deal with. You still got A.J. Brown. You still got Devonta Smith. You still got Dallas Goedert. I mean, that lineup is loaded offensively. And while you did lose some key pieces defensively, I think you're going to be fine there. Outside of Sirianni, the biggest question that I have is losing Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big loss. You're talking about somebody that set the protections up front. So, you lose your center. That's not something to scoff at, but I've got the Eagles still winning that division. What about the NFC North? I think we could start off with our guy Jamie Rivers because I think this one is a layup for him.
Well, you'd think so. But Carey's been talking about how good those Bears are going to be.
Stop it.
And I know that he's got a tattoo that he's about to get put on with the Bears logo.
The Bears.
It's a CD tattoo, but the C is the Chicago Bears logo.
It's the C from the yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's well played, Marshy.
Either that is the Reds. He just he
That's a slight.
mucked
There's
up.
a slight difference.
Okay.
No, I got the Lions winning this one here.
She did.
Well, I think the Packers are going to be a good team, but I don't see anybody else. Like, I don't see anybody dethroning the Lions. I think they're just too good.
Well, Jamie, I agree. I think it's the Lions as well, winning that division. I think they have all of the pressure on them this year. As I said earlier, they have not been a team that's been favored to win the division, let alone be one of the top teams favored to win the Super Bowl or make it to the Super Bowl. So I think they have a lot in front of them, but they have a lot of talent as well. They got guys that are going to be able to make plays. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think, is a stud. Jahmyr Gibbs, in a role where he was splitting carries last year with Montgomery, I think he gets more of an expanded role. And then Jameson Williams, we haven't really seen all of Jameson Williams yet. We've seen bits and pieces of him. When he gets going and when he's able to take the top off the coverage, I think that offense is just going to explode even more. So that's a team that I do love in that division, winning that division.
Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, boy.
I hate saying it. I hate saying any team that isn't the Minnesota Vikings, but I'm a realistic person here. I liked what I saw from Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, especially against Dallas in the playoffs. They almost beat the San Francisco 49ers. You could say the same thing for the Detroit Lions. Obviously, they got a great team, but I think Green Bay takes that next step, and I think this is going to come down to one of the final weeks to determine who wins this division.
I do like the Packers. I've got them as a wild card, though. I got the Detroit Lions winning as well. I think the Lions take that proverbial next step. They wind up back in the NFC Championship game, and then we'll see what happens, right? But that they've got so much continuity coming back with the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, the defensive coordinator coming back. Like this is a team that believes wholeheartedly, as well as they should, that they're a team to be reckoned with now in that conference. So I got the Lions win that division. NFC South.
I've got your Falcons.
Yeah,
Anthony, I don't see. I mean, the Buccaneers. You know, they squeaked in last year. I don't know if a 9-8 record is going to do it for them this year. I think the Falcons will have a better record than that. I think the Falcons are the best team in that division. Now, as long as they don't go and Falcon it, they'll be fine.
Which is in play.
It's in play.
Don't say that. I think it's the Falcons as well, though. I think they did a great job drafting Michael Penix Jr. That was a surprise probably the biggest surprise of the draft, especially in the first round.
Just ask Kirky.
And then you go out and you trade for Matthew Judon and sign Justin Simmons. Like, for me, those are two big additions on the defensive side, and they already have stars on the offensive side. You got Bijan Robinson. Maybe they can get the most out of your guy, Kyle Pitts. Hopefully they can figure out how to get the most out of him and Drake London. Those two guys, we're still waiting to see if they are the first-round draft picks that they were drafted as, but I like what the Falcons have.
I'm going with the Falcons as well.
Yeah, I think that the fact that they won 7 games last year with that quarterback room, you look at the upgrades that they have up and down that roster, that should be their division to lose. Now, the fact that we're all in the Falcons and everybody's picking the Falcons to win
They're not gonna win it.
division, that makes me really nervous, and I wonder at what
Bucks.
point, at what point does the knife come out and it's jammed right in my liver? All right, wild card teams, 3 wild card teams. We've already kind of talked about them.
Yeah,
So
I've got the Eagles as a wild card team. I've got the Rams as a wild card team, and the Packers.
okay.
49ers winning the West.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I skipped
Yeah, that's kind of like
over my head.
we just skip over them.
49ers.
49ers. Say
I'll say
aye.
aye. All right.
The eyes have it.
Tanisha's like, whoa. Tanisha and Snake Pit, huge 49ers fan. Yeah, foregone conclusion. 49ers win.
You gave your 3 wild cards?
Yeah, Eagles, Rams, Packers.
Okay, I'm going to go Cowboys. Rams. I'm going to do it. Chicago Bears.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
All right.
I mean, you should have to pay for your sins. If they don't make the playoffs, we have to hold you
Listen,
accountable.
the Bears haven't had really. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl once, but the '85 Bears are still the team that they talk about in Chicago.
This is not that.
This is time.
This is not that
It's
team.
time. They finally got a quarterback.
There's
They've
no
never
Walter
had.
Payton coming in
There's
here
a
to
reason
save
why
it.
they still talk about the 85 Bears.
Yeah, because they've never had a quarterback. They haven't. Who's the best quarterback in Chicago Bear history?
Jay Cutler.
Yeah. From a statistical standpoint,
What
it
else?
absolutely
What
is
do we
Jay
do?
Cut.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell of a player.
He was.
He was.
I know he was.
It's not a...
Not.
Yeah.
You can name a bunch of other franchises that have much better quarterbacks
Oh,
as their
name one.
all-time. The 49ers. The Patriots.
Name 2.
The Steelers.
The Packers.
The Buccaneers.
Literally.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
yeah.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Marsh.
My wild card teams are the Detroit Lions, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Los Angeles Rams.
All right, so they're all kind of similar. I got the Cowboys, Packers, and Rams. The Rams are one of that, like, the Rams are the team that, you know, even after losing Aaron Donald, I think that they're just solid.
Yeah.
They're my
They know what
seventh seed team.
Did you all
Me
see Aaron
too.
Donald beat LaShawn McCoy in a foot race?
Yes.
No.
I saw that. Like in the alleyway, in between buildings.
Yeah. In jeans.
Yeah.
Anthony?
Aaron
In
Donald,
jeans.
just a freak athlete. Okay, who represents the NFC? if you want to break down, like who beats, like I got the 49ers winning that conference still, so they have a bye. If you want to do it that way, you absolutely can.
I just say we pick a winner.
That's fine. Go ahead.
My brain says the 49ers, but my heart is with the Lions. I'll go with the Lions.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Oh, my.
You don't like the Eagles?
They're fine.
Nah.
They're fine.
Yeah. Got a new OC. Kellen Moore's going to be outstanding.
Is he?
Yeah.
Marsh?
I'm also going green on this one. Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Wow, Marsh. Are you just trying to, like, kind of curse them or what?
Somebody's been into Grandpa's cough syrup over there.
I feel like he's doing that for a reason.
Don't get me wrong. I do not want them to win the NFC. Hell, it'd be great if they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think this is a good team.
So you have who? You have the Lions, you have the Packers, you have who?
Eagles.
Okay. Earlier today on the radio show, I said Eagles too, but I'll just pick a different, like any show I'm on, I'll just pick a different one. Okay, hopefully I'm winning. I'll take the 49ers to run it back again. Yeah,
I mean,
I was going to go the Eagles, but I'm going to go. Let's just all have different teams. So I'm going to take the 49ers. I got them winning the conference. Kyle Shanahan, I think the issues that they have, I think they've been overblown. So, all right, there's our NFC predictions. We will get to our AFC predictions at some point. We've got hot take or hot garbage coming up next. Air Covered Service text line 314-399-9646. Hot take or hot garbage. If you've got a statement you want to send in, send it there. We'll do it next in the Fast Lane. Hot take. Cyber hot take or hot garbage here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. This is when you send in a statement to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646, and then we'll completely judge that statement by saying whether or not it's hot take or hot garbage.
Yeah.
Pretty simple concepts, basically.
Never been done before.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Well, obviously, the attendance has been a huge topic of discussion. As of late, we get a text from the 314, hot take or hot garbage. The state of downtown St. Louis and the economy has a larger part in the declining attendance than the on-field product.
Whoa. I'm going to say hot garbage. I don't disagree that those two elements certainly contribute to certain things. Obviously, the economy, if your wallet is getting hit, whether it's the inflation or whether your job or you're not making as much money as you used to, that's obviously going to be a problem because Cardinals, Blues, Battlehawks, City SC, those are luxury things.
Yep.
Going to the movies is a luxury, and if you don't have the money to spend on those things, then it's going to affect your attendance at any one of those events. And the state of downtown, look, I love St. Louis, but it's a wild card. Mm-hmm. It's a wild card down there, and it's a shame because I personally, this is just my own opinion, I'm not throwing stuff out there, I think it could be more heavily patrolled down there, specifically on game nights for Blues, for Cardinals. Like throw a couple of 10, 20 more police officers walking around, driving around, and I know that's probably a political thing because funding's been cut here, this, that. That's not my debate. All I'm saying is that both of those things certainly are factors in why people aren't showing up. I don't think it's the only reason, though.
I would say hot garbage as well because if the team was playing better, people would still show up. Mm-hmm. So I think it's more so about the product that is being displayed. You when you have to decide what you're going to spend your extra money on, or even if it's not extra money, but you want to have a good time with your family and friends. If something is not appealing to you, you're not going to spend money on it. So I think it's more so, what the team is doing as opposed to what other things that are going on around it.
Yeah, I think it's hot garbage too. I agree with statements that you guys just made. One, Jamie, when you said, I do think it is a factor. I think the economy is going up, but let's be real. If the team was good, you don't think that place would be packed?
Right.
I don't think people would find the money.
City SC,
or the time.
Their games are packed.
Right.
It's a little different. It's down the road, but
it's a little closer in.
It's about the product. But I mean, look,
what are the prices like?
You still got crime in certain areas around.
But that's in every city.
But is it different at City SC? What are they charging for beers, hot dogs? That's like,
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. The environment is incredible.
I think it's on par.
I'm talking about the economic.
But I told you.
Yeah, but if you talk about city, you have to talk. You're contractually obligated to talk about the environment.
Okay. With a great environment, Carey, how much do the beers and hot dogs cost?
So I think the food is essentially the same prices. But I told you could get refills on your drinks. Like you have your own.
You get a refill on your beer?
Not beer.
Oh.
Not a
whiskey?
Not a whiskey either. I don't think.
What else would anybody drink?
Soda, water.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those.
Lemonade. I had kids with me, Jamie.
Fine. You go to sleep early.
No.
Oh, you got a sore tummy here. Have a little bit of Dad's
special juice.
Dad's nighttime juice.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes, we shall.
To the next one. 636, hot take or hot garbage. Robert Thomas gets to 100 points this season.
Oh, man, I sure hope that that's a hot take. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be hot garbage. I think he gets, so last year, what did he end up with? 84? Marshy? 85? Somewhere in there?
In that range.
All right, somewhere in there. I think he gets to the 90-95 mark. I think 2 years from now, with all the things aligning properly with some of the younger players taking bigger steps, because Robert Thomas can't just score every goal on his own, and he can't just pass the puck to like Jordan Kyrou or Pavel Buchnevich. For the power play to be clicking, Robert Thomas is going to have other goal scorers around him that he can distribute the puck to.
Yeah.
That's when you see some of the point totals spike. So I do think he's a 90 to 95 point guy. I don't think he's at the 100 point mark just yet.
86.
86.
Nice.
There you go.
Not bad.
Great season.
Next one from Grant Francis Fan Club. Hot take or hot garbage? Ryan Helsley's historic season has inflated the Cardinals' record and will lead to management overlooking other problems and doing less than needed this offseason.
Hot take. They just said they're going to do less than is needed. I didn't need to hear anything else.
Oh, the Cardinals? Hot take. I wasn't even listening. I was reading a text, but hot take.
Yeah. It's a hot take. I think that's our biggest fear, right? That's the biggest fear with the Cardinals.
You know what, Anthony? Conquer your fears. Get over it. It's like going downstairs when the lights are off. It's nothing down there. It's safe.
Oh, that's
Conquer your
what you
fears.
said.
Tell my son Braden that.
It's safe down there.
I always tell when he's been up from his bedroom all the way down to where he's going. Every light is on, and then you hear, like, midnight, you'll hear, he's racing up the stairs.
Safe.
I'm like, you're 21 years old, son.
It's terrifying.
What are you worried about?
You guys haven't seen the movie The Boy.
No.
About this little porcelain doll, this little
Is
boy.
it a boy?
Well, you think the boy is possessed by maybe a demon or something, and it's moving.
In the basement?
No, not in the basement.
Oh, well, then it
turns
doesn't
out.
count.
Spoiler alert for everyone if you haven't seen The Boy. It's been out for quite some time. But actually, there was someone living in the family's walls that would move this little porcelain doll around.
I've seen a real
Why would you live in
footage
the wall?
of they have the little, like, the little doors that, like, people have under their stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the Harry Potter door.
Okay, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
really seen it, but
Yeah. I got
so
you.
there's like things were moving and food was disappearing, and so this guy put a camera. This is real, like real footage from his home. Put a ring thing in his house, and discovered that when everybody goes to bed at night, there's somebody living in there. And it's like never checked. He's like, never checked that. It's just like pipes or whatever that are under this. Like, not somebody's been like living in there, and they came out at night and would eat
And
their
eat.
things and move things.
That's ridiculous.
The Boy.
It's the boy. Think about this. The terrifying moment when you watch that
And
video
realize
clip.
that this person-
somebody pops out of there.
Been in your house for X number of years.
So think about this. You're either watching that video at home, knowing that somebody is 5 feet away or whatever, or you're at work
And the panic sets in.
and somebody else is home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And somebody's living in there. Like, if nobody's at home while you're watching it at work or something like that, all right. But chances are you're probably watching it at home knowing that
What do you do in that moment? You're sitting in your living room.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, hang on. Hear me out. You're sitting in your living room, and you got your iPad pulled up, and you're checking the footage, and you see somebody crawling out of there and crawling back in.
Yeah.
You go to the next day, crawling out. You're like, okay. How are you dealing with it? Like, are you going right? Are you going right for the gun, right to underneath the stairs, kicking that door in, and just like whatever? Are you dragging that guy out or that girl out by their collar?
Yeah.
Or are you finding out, like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here?
I would tell Kristen, my wife, to get the kids out.
Well, yeah.
To go, go to the neighbors, call 911, and then I'm finding a pipe, bat,
Yeah.
something, and I'm beating the ever living crap out of that person.
That guy was sick.
That guy was sick.
He's gonna be sick
When
afterwards.
the police showed up later, I would have said, and I quote, "That guy was sick."
No, I bet he attacked me.
Yeah,
Hey,
he was sick and he attacked me.
Want to say what? Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
But I'm not doing it until. Actually, I'm probably calling you guys.
So here's-
and then
Here's where I go.
I will say, if you have a problem, Carey Davis is a very, very reliable person. That, like, hey, what's wrong? That happened to me.
so he sent us a text one night, like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was a weekend
It
night.
was a weekend, and
yeah, he was ham sauced.
I didn't know. I called him. Hey, you good? Everything good? You okay? Like I was like, where are you at? He's like, oh, I'm at home. I'm like, you good? He's like, yeah, no, I was joking. I'm like, oh,
Well, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was joking, but I wasn't joking about the situation that had happened.
I remember
figured
that.
by
yeah.
that time everything is like already
Yeah,
gone.
it was fine.
Yeah.
But no, Carey called me, and I really appreciated it.
Oh, yeah, man.
Right.
Listen, rule number 2.
That's right.
Bury the bodies.
That's right.
Nice. So here's what I would do is I would set up to where the door opens just on the other side of it. And I would wait and wait and wait. And when that son of a biscuit batcher came out of there.
Yeah.
Absolute getting throttled.
He's fetching
but I
a
want
beating.
that guy to feel the fear of when he closed that door and
Great
I'm
call.
standing there, because that's what you did to me when I looked at the iPad.
Yeah.
I'm like, kids are roaming around and you caused me that fear. I'm going to give it back to you tenfold.
So my mindset may be completely opposite of that. I may lock you in there and
I was
see
just thinking
the sheer panic of you thinking, I'm going to starve to death in this room.
Not a bad point, too.
And just wait. Just take
I like
turns.
it.
Me and my friend, just wait. You got this shift. Eventually, we're going to hear, I got to get out. Yeah.
Too bad you can't.
Do you?
4 4x4s nailed across there.
Do you have to get out?
Good luck.
Would you like to play a game?
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah.
Anyways, watch the boy though.
Yeah.
A
I
little
thought
porcelain doll. You see this? Look at this. Look how scary that
That
is.
is a weird looking thing.
And then the guy who was in the wall had a porcelain mask on. He would walk around like he looked like
Hey,
the boy.
now I know what I'm getting Marshy for Christmas.
I hate dolls. Like, I hate dolls.
I'm gonna have his
Cannot
girlfriend-
stand
We should all get.
I'm going to have his girlfriend put it under the tree. For that.
We should all get dolls that look like each and every one of us and give it to him
Just
as a
seriously,
Christmas
Chris?
gift. And then be really upset if he throws them
You
away.
can buy the ones that you can use this little speaker. We can talk
Put
to
our
him.
voice in.
Yeah.
Stop
Hello,
it.
Andrew.
He walks by. Let's get nasty.
Andrew, would you like to get nasty?
Oh, man. I think I'd
Be careful wording it that way.
Yeah. Never know what's happening to that doll. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Are there more question marks
By the way,
around?
hot garbage.
Oh,
We got so far off.
I
track.
don't even know what we. I forgot that was that
It was
segment.
about Ryan Helsley if he's inflating the Cardinals record, which I don't think he is. He's doing his job.
Nah, he's doing his job. Let's talk about the pitching staff, though. Segues perfectly. Next on 101 ESPN. Auto Centers Nissan, they've got tremendous deals, and they have over 700 vehicles all in one location, all the way out in one location in Herculaneum, I should say. The Herculaneum spot, man, it's awesome. The dealership is conveniently located off of I-55. They do a great job taking care of you from sale to service. So when you show up, after you look at the vehicles online, maybe you want to start there. Once you head down to Herculaneum, you can check out certain vehicles that fit your price point and your budget style. They've got financing options, so whether you're somebody that's got great credit or maybe you've got some credit challenges, Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum, they will find a way to finance a vehicle for you. They've also got the 30-day return promise. They're so confident that you're going to love the vehicle that they give you 30 days to bring it back for whatever reason. If you do want to bring it back, they give you those 30 days. They'll refund your money and they'll set you up with something else that you're looking for. A complimentary lifetime warranty on new Nissans, complimentary one-year maintenance on new Nissans as well. Check them out online at AutoCentersNissan.com. And when you head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals win against the Brewers last night by a final score of 3-2. They take 2 of 3 in Milwaukee, and they have today off. They'll take on the Seattle Mariners tomorrow. Eric Fetty on the mound going up against Bryce Miller. First pitch is at 7:15 tomorrow night. The NFL is back. Chiefs and Ravens will kick off the 2024-2025 campaign, and you can listen to Game 1 of the NFL season right here on 101 ESPN tonight with the pregame starting at 6:30. Anthony T's last segment, we're going to dive into the pitching staff. Are there more question marks surrounding the starting rotation heading into next season compared to this past offseason? We'll discuss that next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So Miles Michaelis last Sunday blew a 5-run lead. He only went 4 innings, 7 hits allowed, 5 runs. 3 of them were earned. So if you want to take a little bit of solace in the fact that only 3 of the 5 were earned runs, that's great. But 5.27 ERA now in 2024. Steven Matz had his first start since April. He went 4 2/3, scattered 3 hits, 3 runs, 7 Ks, 1 walk, 2 home runs. Kind of a Sonny Gray line. Really? I mean, we look at the 7 Ks, but the 2 home runs. Steven Matz had an uneven performance, CD. When you look at the starting pitching, I think the one thing that frustrates most, including our guy Jamie Rivers, is something that Katie Wu brought up earlier this week on BK and Ferrario. Give a listen.
Landslide is coming back. When he comes back, he's probably going in there. I don't see the Cardinals taking out Miles Michaelis' performance aside. And one that I do not agree with, if this happens, would be moving Palante out of the rotation. Let's preface this. I don't know if they're going to do that. Past history suggests that they will. And we'll get to that. I'm sure we will, if that does happen. But if you listen on the past trends of this organization, it would seem to indicate that Palante would be the odd man out. Now, as we know, performance-wise, he's been the best starter in the second half. He's really turned into, I think, a dependable outing. Yeah, he had that clunker yesterday, but he was due for one. And that says a lot about Palante and how well he's pitched in the last 2 months. But when you're looking at the 5 veterans, all 5 are under contract or have a team contract for 2025, right? They are in some way going to play into the future of next year. So is Palante, theoretically, because you need to see what he can do at the major league level. So there is no clear-cut answer for what they should do. But if you're going based on what they've done before, then the writing might be on the wall. But again, guys, I don't know. Like Ollie will say when we've been asking for the last 4 days, these things work themselves out.
Yeah.
I truly do not know what their call is going to be. I do not know how they would justify Palante at this point. But, hey, we'll see if we get there.
And that really got to me the other day when I heard that, because Palante has been your best pitcher since the All-Star break. And now you're going to just demote him back to the bullpen? Yeah, he had a bad outing, the last one. Who cares? Look at all the other guys. How many bad outings have they had this year? Some of them just continuously have bad outings. It's that mentality right there. Not Katie Wu. Katie Wu referring to the Cardinals. It's that mentality of, oh, well, we got the veterans and, got to play them. Sorry, Andre Palante. That's why the fan base is vomiting right now. Play the guys who give you the best chance to win, regardless of age, contract, experience. Play the guys that give you a chance to win baseball games on a nightly basis. And if you're sitting there telling me that you'd rather put Lance Lynn on the bump than Andre Palante right now, you're lying.
Yeah.
You're absolutely lying. So if the Cardinals make that decision, in my opinion, they're spitting in our face as fans. They don't care about winning. It's not their main priority. It's just keeping the veterans happy.
Yeah. No, well said. I've got no rebuttal to that whatsoever. I completely agree with you. There would be no performance-based reason for it. you would just simply, like you said, and you said it perfectly, you'd be appeasing the veterans. Don't want to take them off.
The ones that, by the way, have made your team mediocre.
Correct. And the ones that won't be around here a year from now. And definitely won't be around here 2 years from now. For me, I'm eating. If I can't trade some of these guys, like Miles Michaelis, I'm eating the contract. I'm sorry. I know that he's been a solid Cardinal for you. But what are we doing? If you're keeping some of these guys, you're basically saying we really don't care to upgrade. And I don't even think you have to go to the free agent market. If you're going to get an average to mediocre product, then why not roll with the young guys? I would rather shoot for upside than know exactly what you're going to get, and what you're exactly going to get is what you have this year. A slightly average to slightly above average team. That's where I'm at with the pitching staff and everything else.
Quite honestly, and I know this will never happen, but for me, I'd rather DFA Lynn and Gibson, bring up McGreevy, and have a little rotating door of, like, maybe it's Quinn Matthews gets a chance to pitch a game. Grisefo. Hell, Tink Hentz gets a start. Give him 3-4 innings. Like, who cares? Like, get these guys some experience. Lance Lynn is not going to be part of the equation to make your team a contender. When you're ready to be a contender, Gibson, Lynn, Michaelis, they're all going to be gone. Mm-hmm. So why are you extending this painful process? Now, I know Michaelis has a contract, so they'd have to, I guess they have to DFA him or whatever. But get the young guys some reps. Palante, Sonny Gray, he's your guy. You put big money into that guy, and we saw last night, and we've seen throughout the season how good he can be. So Palante, Sonny Gray, Eric Fetty, you've got him again for another year, so you have to find a way to make that work as well. But after that, you get 2 spots for me. That just should be a revolving door of young guys getting an opportunity at this point.
Yeah.
This notion that because he's signed as a starter, and so therefore he must start, is why the Cardinals are where they are. Anthony, who are the top free agent pitchers? One of them. You see if you can pick the name out that I'm thinking. This offseason.
This upcoming offseason?
Took a while to get signed.
This past
offseason.
Blake Snell.
Give me another one.
Jordan Montgomery.
Okay. Do you know what Jordan Montgomery has done the last 2 games?
Well, I know what he's done this season. I think he's got nearly a 7 ERA.
Do you know what he's done the last 2 games?
No.
He's been in the bullpen. He was the prized possession, one of them, this offseason. He's in the bullpen. The last 2 games he did not start. He came in a relief role right after the starter was taken out. He was one of the guys that got paid a lot of money this offseason. But why is he not starting? Because he's not been performing. What are the Diamondbacks doing that the Cardinals aren't doing?
Winning.
Right now? Sold. I'm done. I rest my case. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why you want to talk about, like, the notion that you just come back and it's yours here. You can lose your job to an injury. It happens all the time. Ask Drew Bledsoe. It happens. Like, people lose their jobs because of injury. Mm-hmm. If you're not able to play or perform and someone steps in your absence and performs well enough, why the hell do you think you should get your job back? He's hot. I'm rolling with the guy that's playing his butt off.
Yeah.
That's what good teams do, which is why the Diamondbacks were stinking earlier in the season and said, you know what, Jordan, love you. Paid you some money this offseason. You know what we're not going to do? Sacrifice our season to make you feel better.
Right.
They're going to put you in the bullpen and let you come out, and it doesn't matter that you were the prize guy, one of them, this offseason. To me, that just makes no sense.
No, I completely agree, and that's a really good point. If the Diamondbacks are going to do their thing, they're going to not put the veteran money. They're not going to put the veteran ahead of the team or the money in front of the team or anything else. I completely agree, CD. All right, Blues training camp. We got some thoughts on that, and Jamie's got quite the statement to make about the Blues training camp as well. This Blues training camp kind of reminds him of a certain year. I'll tell you about it next on 101 ESPN. Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Blues training camp.
Yeah, baby.
Jamie, you made quite the statement to us in our pre-show meeting about what this training camp kind of reminds you of.
Well, leading up to training camp. Training camp obviously hasn't happened yet, so it's tough to discuss the actual training camp.
You know what I mean,
But
Jamie.
I'm just
Put
making
the crap away and make the statement.
Anthony,
I mean,
you
it
make
was
a statement
it was
or
a
you say
statement.
something, you have to make sure it's crystal clear. Okay?
Iced tea? That is some good iced tea. Remember
that
the
was,
Christmas?
sweet
that was
iced
a while
tea?
ago.
No, well,
Yeah, no sweet.
no sweet. Yeah.
I like an Arnold Palmer actually. Oh, lemonade, sweet tea.
A little bit of Grandpa's cough syrup in there, too.
If
That's
need be.
Yeah.
that is a John Daly.
Yeah. we just elevated it. Yeah. Okay, so thinking about the Blues and noticing just how many guys are already in town skating and working out and doing their thing, like it reminded me, well, one, it's a great thing when you have that. That shows that players are eager to get this season going. Shows me players are eager to change what has happened in the last 2 seasons. And it shows that there's good, solid leadership in place that is pushing these guys. Now, one step further, having that many guys, I think there's over 30 guys, 35 guys in town right now. That's not just the NHL guys, it's American League guys, it's younger guys. It's like a lot of guys in town skating, getting ready for the upcoming season. As I was watching it, I said, man, this reminds me of that summer of 2018. And before that training camp happened.
Yeah.
With Ryan O'Reilly, David Perron, all these guys. I remember, working with those guys and getting out on the ice, and they're like, hey, we got a couple of guys who want to skate. Can you run us through a practice? Oh, yeah, sure. All of a sudden, there's like 31 guys on the ice. I'm like, what do you want me to do with this?
Yeah.
I don't have two ice rinks here.
Right.
But that was the beginning of a culture for that group. Alex Pietrangelo certainly a part of that group as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so after the last couple of seasons that were, we'll say unacceptable from a winning standpoint, you have all of these guys in town early putting the work in, getting ready for training camp.
Anthony.
Yeah. Did you say summer of 2018?
Yeah.
You got that, Carey?
Yeah, I wrote it down. I had to do the math.
It's
I
like
started
late August,
calendar.
mid to late August,
So
2018.
The season 2018, which rolls over to
2019, Carey.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what happened that year?
They won the Stanley Cup.
Oh, so Jamie actually said, you're saying there, what are you saying?
I'm saying that
They're going to win the
just like
Stanley Cup.
Just like 2018, lots of guys in town getting ready for training camp.
So they can win the Stanley Cup in June.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice.
What he's saying is this feels like a horrific start to the season.
Oh, no, Anthony, that's not what I'm saying at all.
But it's
Choose
going
a
to
lane.
finish.
Choose a lane.
I didn't even allude to the season. I'm talking about before training camp.
Which led to the season.
I didn't say one thing. I didn't say one thing about any games played. I'm just saying that it's a really good vibe for a team when you have that many guys. Like, Carey, I don't know how early guys report to NFL training camps or if they have, like, captains' practices before camp starts. Like, I don't know how it works in football.
Yeah.
But you're not required to be in your NHL city until the physicals and medicals that day. So usually, like back in the day, some guys would show up like day before, arrive, like unpacking the camper, and like, okay. Now, to me, it speaks volumes that a team, that many guys for the team, are here that early putting in the work.
It could also, maybe they also heard Army talking about guys, vets better not use this training camp to
get ready.
To get ready.
That's right.
You better
So
come
if that's
in
the
ready.
case, then
I think it's
message
wonderful.
sent,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I think that the players know that this is going to be a competitive camp. I think they want it to be an extremely competitive camp. If I'm a veteran on this Blues hockey team, I want training camp to be chaos. Like, I want guys playing like their careers depend on it. Some of them, it might.
Yeah.
Because the better the training camp is, the harder you practice, the better the team gets early in the season. And then you're also setting the standard for the entire season. So all the young guys that we talk about joining this team, they're all, wide-eyed and kind of coming in. If your pre-training camp skates are just fluff and guys are barely going through the motions in the weight room, well, that's what the rookies remember. It's what the young players remember. Like, I don't have to worry about it until it's day one. Like, don't worry about it. These guys don't care. Why should I care?
Yeah.
But when you walk in and the first week of August, Colton Parayko's on the ice doing skill work and working on his game and getting to the gym. Jordan Bennington is working. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I might never make this team.
It definitely, especially for a younger player, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, because you really have no clue what training camp will look like, what the season will look like, what all of this, how it's going to all unfold. And when you show up and you're like, oh, this is how every day? Okay.
It's eye-opening in a good way, though.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Drew Bannister wants. I shouldn't think, I know that's what he wants. I know that's what Army wants. Braden Shen, all these guys that, are going to be here for the long haul. They want this retool to speed up. And the only way to do that is to make sure that everybody's competing every single day and buying into it.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter, and we have a returning Gauntlet contestant. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter back with you here, and we're joined once again by our good buddy Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. And Stewie, we know you're always coming up with new programs and ideas and things for people to take advantage of. I heard that you have the Federal Reserve special. Can you tell me about that?
You know what, Jamie, you like to have some fun once in a while, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. People are worried the Federal Reserve is going to meet on the 17th or 18th of September. They're going to cut rates and they're going to wait. They don't know what to do. They want to do it now. They want to do it later. So here's what we did. We lowered our rates in case they do lower it more than expected. So right now, our pricing and our rates are going to be the same as if they cut it at least 0.5%. This is special because what happens if the Federal Reserve doesn't cut the rates 0.5%, they only cut it 0.25%, you're not going to be able to get the rate that we're offering you today. So take advantage now. If they cut it 0.5%, you got nothing to lose at the same rates, you'll be way ahead of the game.
But you do have to call or text our guy Stewie to take advantage of that. 314-324-4440.
Again, that's 314-324-4440.
You can call him. You can text him day, night. Stewie's working for you. He's always got special programs, too. So if this one doesn't apply to you, trust us. He's got the program that will save you money over the course of your loan. Got to call him. Got to text him. If you didn't pick up that phone number, though, and you want to find it online, what do you Google?
Google the bag alone.
Stewie, thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
All right, time to play the Gauntlet now. In the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN 402. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome back Percy. What's up, Percy?
What's going on?
We love hearing your voice again, Percy. You got through Carey Davis yesterday in football. Who would you like to take on today?
I'm going to take on Andrew Marsh.
All right, baby. Marsh kind of got that feeling when he called you and you said good luck to you that he was going to be in the crosshairs today. So we're going to send Andrew Marsh to the cone of silence, but not before you tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
All right, the wheel has been spun. Marsh, get the heck out of here. Marsh is heading to the cone of silence right now. Yesterday was football against Carey Davis, and Percy got through CD. What do we got today?
Today is random.
How do you feel about random, Percy?
Hey, like I said, let's go.
All right, 4 random questions to Percy. Same 4 random questions to our guy, Andrew Marsh. Each question is worth 2 points unless Marsh or Percy ask for the options. Percy, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Question 1. In 1946, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill popularized what term used to describe Soviet relations with Western powers?
What term did Winston Churchill use? Give me the options.
Iron Curtain, quagmire, mutually assured destruction.
I'm going to go with the Iron Curtain.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Percy. Question number 2. Who played the lead character of Marty Byrde on the Netflix hit Ozark?
Marty Byrde on the next bit. Ooh-wee. I've never watched that. I got to go with the options.
Sure. Was it Paul Giamatti, Jason Bateman, or Adam Driver?
I'm going to go with Jason Bateman.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 3. Can you tell us the singer who voiced Sam the Snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Sam the Snowman. Wait a minute, read that again.
Can you tell us the singer who voiced Sam the Snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Sam the Snowman. Give me the options.
Is it Burl Ives, Elvis Presley, or Fred Astaire?
Burl Ives.
Final?
Fine.
All right, question number 4. Name the state in which you will find Crazy Horse Memorial, the Black Hills, and Deadwood. Name the state in which you will find Crazy Horse Memorial, the Black Hills, and Deadwood.
One of the Dakotas, I'm trying to see. I think it's... I'm going to go with South Dakota.
All right. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, we're going to bring back Marsh from the cone of silence. Percy, how you feeling?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Marsh is getting to his computer here. He's going to plug in his earbuds. Marsh, how was the cone of silence?
It was good.
Ryder's still in there?
He's still in there.
All right. Pack a lunch.
Random is a trivia today. Random.
You're kidding me.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Question 1. In 1946,
I have no idea.
British Prime Minister Winston Churchill popularized what term used to describe Soviet relations with Western powers?
I'm going to use the options on that one.
Iron Curtain, quagmire, or mutually assured destruction?
So it was the Iron Curtain, giggity, and
Mutually assured destruction.
Oh man, you said relations with the Western.
Yep, used to describe Soviet relations with Western powers. Iron Curtain, quagmire, mutually assured destruction.
I've heard of the Iron Curtain, but I don't know if that has to do with this. I'm gonna go with option 3, mutually
assured destruction.
Yeah, because I think that sounds about right.
All right.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question 2. Who played the lead character of Marty Byrde on the Netflix hit Ozark?
That is Jason Bateman. Final answer. He was also in Teen Wolf 2.
He was.
He was a boxer.
Question number 3. Can you tell us the singer who voiced Sam the Snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
No. Options.
Is it Burl Ives, Elvis Presley, or Fred Astaire?
Let's go with Fred.
Final
answer.
Final question, Marsh. Name the state in which you will find Crazy Horse Memorial, the Black Hills, and Deadwood.
Oh, man. Crazy Horse. Where is that? Man, I'm thinking like Wyoming or something. So Crazy Horse. What are the other two?
Crazy Horse Memorial, the Black Hills, and Deadwood.
Let's use the options.
Montana, North Dakota, or South Dakota?
I don't think it's North Dakota. I would have heard about that. If it is, then, well, that could be tough.
Robert Zupke.
It's the Illini moment.
Yeah, I don't think it was North Dakota. Deadwoods, Crazy Horse Memorial. Let's go with South Dakota. Final answer.
All right. Let's go over these tonight. Start right there. Name the state in which you will find Crazy Horse Memorial, the Black Hills, and Deadwood. Percy, you said South Dakota. Marshy, you said South Dakota. Correct answer is?
Well, Marshy going to North Dakota probably should have known that the answer is South Dakota.
Oh, thank
Nice job. But Percy did not need the option, so it's 2-1 Percy. Who played the lead character of Marty Byrde on the Netflix hit Ozark? Marsh, you said Jason Bateman. Percy, you said Jason Bateman. Correct answer is?
Jason Bateman.
But Marsh did not need the options on that one. So we've got a tie thus far. Can you tell us the singer who voiced Sam the Snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Percy, you said Burl Ives. Marsh, you said Fred Astaire.
Well-known dancer.
Oh, come on.
Correct answer is?
Burl Ives.
Burl Ives is the correct answer. Percy did need the options for that one, so he's got a 1-point lead. It comes down to this. In 1946, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill popularized what term used to describe Soviet relations with Western powers? You guys both used the options.
Yep.
The options were Iron Curtain, Quagmire, or Mutually Assured Destruction. Marsh went with Mutually Assured Destruction. If he's right, we're going to a walk-off. Percy went with Iron Curtain.
That makes sense.
If it's Iron Curtain, Percy wins. If it's Quagmire, Percy wins. Correct answer is
Iron Curtain.
Percy.
Of course.
You have chosen wisely.
Percy, congratulations. You win 5-3 over Marsh today, and you will be back to take on either Jamie or me tomorrow. Nice job.
Okay.
All right.
I got all my folks out there listening to me. Got 'em again, yeah.
Nice job, Percy. Well done.
Good job,
Have a
Percy.
great day, Percy.
Okay.
Good job, Percy.
See
That was
ya.
awesome.
I heard now I ain't gonna buy me some cold coffee.
All right, there you go. Nice. All right, Percy, we'll call you tomorrow.
All right.
Percy, nice guy. Surprised he survives Andrew Marsh.
I don't mind that one. He's a good guy.
I'm checking over my shoulder to see if Mike Ryder is
Yeah,
still
you're
here.
going to have to go to the penalty box.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Hang on. Paging Mike Ryder. Mike Ryder to the booth, please.
Yeah,
He's got his
so-
hand up.
Wow.
All right, so Mike Ryder will have to come in and
Mike
run
is
the
so
board.
excited. He misses the board
He hasn't run
sometimes.
the board in a while here, but it's going to be
Just
crazy to see.
Wait till the drops come in, the hot keys.
Oh, it's going to be everything.
Oh, yeah.
The master.
Beethoven will be back.
Wow.
All right, so Andrew Marsh is going to go to the penalty box after losing in the Gauntlet, and we are going to do our AFC predictions next on 101 ESPN.
Is number one.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Andrew Marsh has been relegated to the corner of the room for losing to Percy in the Gauntlet. The first time that Andrew Marsh has gone to the penalty box
You all right
here in the
back there?
Fast Lane.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
These headphones are horrible.
It's not the headphones. It's just how
me?
it sounds.
Is it your jack?
It's the jack, I think.
Oh, is it the jack?
The jack is
It can
jacked
be.
up.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
kinda
can
hard to
still
look
hear
over
you
my-
guys a little bit.
But you can't hear yourself, can you?
No,
Yes.
it's bothering me,
Well,
actually.
hey, don't lose the Gauntlet, you know? Oh, my bad.
He didn't try to lose.
You mopped it off. You mopped it off over there in the penalty box.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get in. You're supposed to throw your stick onto the glass. You're supposed to yell at the guy who's across from you.
Marsh,
That's
I'm
what
going to
you're
dime
supposed
you
to
up.
do.
Keep it up. I'll dime. You'll send another. You'll send another.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you calm down. Hey, 2 minutes. I'm coming back. We're going to check.
It's about to call you for
I'll add it on.
Depancing.
You're only hurting your team.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you say?
Depancing. Yeah, that's what that is.
We can go over. We should go over the
10-minute misconduct.
at one point. That's
We should.
offsides.
That is 10-minute misconduct.
That's offsides.
It certainly is.
You know what else is offside?
Holding.
Holding.
Tripping.
Blocking the back. Oh, that's the same.
Chop block.
Samey.
Chop block.
Tripping.
Anyways, all right, hey, we got some predictions here. So we did our NFC predictions. Time for the AFC predictions. Don't forget tonight, we've got the Ravens and Chiefs season opener right here on 101 at ESPN. Yeah. All right, AFC East. By the way, Mike Ryder's running the board
Hey,
again. It's
Ryder.
just,
How you doing, buddy?
It is magical to see. I looked at his face for years here at 101 ESPN as he ran the board. Do you feel comfortable? You feel awful?
Oh, I hate this.
How long has it been? Like 5, 6, 7 years?
COVID? Yeah,
Are you rusty back there? No.
No,
he's
I'm
fine.
actually like looking for like sounders and stuff.
Yeah, he is.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Shots fired. Mr. Miyagi's back behind the dials back there.
He took the rundown though. I don't know what you guys are doing.
We don't either.
notes
We don't
on
have it. Here you go, Mike. You want mine?
Welcome to
I don't use it.
Welcome to
He definitely
Carey and
doesn't.
Jamie's world.
Okay, Carey. You use it. So you picking your teeth with it the other day.
It works. What are we doing again? I just teased the segment. I know, but what are we doing again? All right, AFC predictions. AFC East, Marsh, go.
Give me the Miami Dolphins.
Wow. The Miami Dolphins win it. You like them?
AFC East, I think they are a good regular season team. Mm-hmm. Not so much a playoff team.
Playoffs.
But if they win the division and they don't blow it like they did last year, they might actually host a playoff game at home, which could definitely help them in the playoffs. So I think they're going to win the AFC East.
Again, Mike Ryder is back on the board.
Give me the New York Jets to win the division.
Yeah.
It won't be the Buffalo Buffaloes or the Buffalo Bulls or the Buffalo Bills. It will be the New York Jets.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins, they're good-ish.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Jamie?
Yeah, I'm going with the Miami Dolphins as well. Too much firepower there.
All right, I've been saying that the demise of the Buffalo Bills has been greatly exaggerated. So give me those Buffalo Bills.
You're wrong.
They've got the best quarterback in that division by far. They've got a solid defense. They're going to do two tight. They're built more to win in the playoffs now than maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you know,
It was the Stephon Diggs show.
It's just a one-man show. Now it's going to spread out the offense a little bit.
The best quarterback by far is because the other guy tore his Achilles last season.
Other guy stinks now. I'm not talking about career. I'm talking about
I was
right
gonna
now.
say, all right. I wanted to make sure we were clear.
Talking about right now.
Yeah, he's still not the best.
Who is?
Josh Allen.
You giving it to Tua?
I would still give it to Aaron Rodgers. Sight unseen.
Oh, my goodness. Man, Carey's really on one today.
They have the best team.
Oof.
Peyton Manning took a team to the Super Bowl and couldn't throw
was
the ball
Peyton
10
Manning.
yards.
Peyton Manning.
He couldn't throw. They won the Super Bowl and he couldn't throw the ball.
Team was
15
loaded,
yards.
and you know it.
And as are the Jets. J-E-T-S.
I feel bad for you.
Jets.
You're all over the place today.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Do you need some Advil?
AFC.
I do have a lot of pain.
Hang on, Marshy. We didn't get Marshy's guy.
He did. He said the Dolphins first.
Oh, that's right.
He went first. He said back there.
Snowflake. I forgot about Snowflake.
Yeah, you can't hear him back there. I see him.
There is something. We got a message here from AA Ron.
5 letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX. Relax. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
They're going to be okay.
He said that because he couldn't spell arrogant. You know what I mean? All right, AFC North. Marshy.
Baltimore Ravens. Easy.
You know, when you're right,
Easy
you're right.
Mr. Ravens, come on.
Yeah, Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I was on the Pittsburgh train until I watched the preseason. And I'm still on the train, but
Back of it.
yeah, the very back. I don't want to get harmed. It looks like it's going off a cliff. At least I can jump off.
That's what Anthony did when he joined the Detroit Lions bandwagon. And then
No,
when he,
no,
when he,
the
I know,
Kansas
yeah.
Chiefs.
Oh, you got kicked off?
He got thrown off.
The Lions
That's
threw
right.
me off.
Yeah, and then they went on a run.
I was like, hey, listen, Jamie, you were right. I was wrong about the Lions. You know, can I be on the bandwagon? He's like, you got one shot. I'm like, okay. And then I said something one day, and he threw me off.
You're out of there.
Head first. Right by the back of the neck and the pants.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
There you go.
Good train. You know what I mean? All right, Jamie.
I got the Ravens.
Give me the Bengals.
Oh, my God.
Give me Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
You just want to go opposite.
Yes, I do. Give me the Bengals.
Your kids
just
ever do
figuring that
opposite
out?
day? Do your kids ever do opposite day? Like
My
yes
kids
means no.
don't.
Mine do it.
Oh,
they used to do it.
My
opposite.
kids love to do the request day.
It's every day.
It's every day. Nothing but requests.
Daddy, can I?
Yes.
Daddy, can I? No,
Yeah.
you can't.
All right. AFC South. Marsh.
Houston Texans.
Carey.
Texans.
Ooh, a little hesitation there.
Yeah. Texans. Final answer.
Texans, final answer.
All right. Well, then give me the Texans.
Oh, I thought for sure you were going Jacksonville.
I thought about it,
Proud
but
of you.
I can actually see the Bengals. I can't see the Jags.
There you go.
AFC West.
Aye.
Chiefs, I'll say aye.
Aye.
All right. 3 wild cards to you, Jamie Rivers.
I've got the Buffalo Bills, the LA Chargers, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I have the Cincinnati Bengals, the Miami Dolphins, and the Buffalo Bills.
I don't see a wild card coming out of the South.
Nah, I don't see another one coming out of the West either. I don't
3
necessarily.
AFC East teams.
Yeah, they did 3 in the AFC
playoffs?
North last year.
That was
It's
a
a
better division.
It is a better division.
Marsh?
I have the Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Jets, and the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm going to go with I'm going to hop on the bandwagon here with Jamie and go with the Harbaughs,
Can I
the Chargers.
amend one of my picks?
Absolutely.
Take the Buffaloes off. Give me the Steelers.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you overridden with guilt?
Nah, I just thought about it.
He's going
And
right off
realized-
the cliff.
And realized
I
that
was going to say something.
Josh Allen doesn't have a receiver that catches passes as well as
Steelers don't have a
Stephon Diggs.
quarterback.
Well, they got 2, Jamie.
Yeah, they're neither very good.
This train that carries on, it reminds me of when you're tubing. Like when I would go tubing as a kid and my pants would fall off in the lake, but I'm like, I can't let go. I can't let go. I'm like
stay on.
rolling around, swinging around naked at the lake, but man, I'm hanging on to that tube.
Use it as a rudder and steer your tube.
Wow, man. Yep.
Okay. Hey, we asked for your mic
Depends how cold
drops.
the water is, of course.
Hey, who do we have one in the
Yeah,
AFC?
what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. We got to have a winner. Jamie, go. I was just trying to get out of the segment.
I had the Chiefs.
Okay, sound confident in that one?
He didn't believe it. You
know.
got to believe.
You wanted to pick
I
something
wanted to say
else.
Ravens again.
It's the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
So I was a little iffy on this team last week. However, someone texted in yesterday and made a fantastic point. And as you know, I'm a storyline guy, and it would make the most sense for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to go play in the Super Bowl in Louisiana. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals to win the AFC.
I was going to take them because I was going to be different. But now just give me the Chiefs. I won't go against my homies.
You're on the bandwagon from start to finish this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are you you're a Chiefs fan now?
No, I'm a Falcon fan until they lose in the playoffs or don't even get there.
Anthony, you're not a fan. You never even went to a game.
That's a good point.
You don't go to the games.
You don't watch the
You're
games.
not a fan.
Okay, Steelers versus Falcons. Week
Steelers, 20-17.
Excited.
Comes down to the last second. Steelers winning a field goal.
Oh, that's way too many points.
We'll go over this tomorrow. Something's got to be put on the line here.
Okay.
Something. I like the chaos.
I know you do.
There's Jamie just stirring it up. All right. We asked for your mic drops earlier about the Cardinals and what would get you back this year, and if you want to kind of trickle into next year, too. We got your mic drops. We're going to play a couple next on 101 ESPN. With over 700 vehicles all in one location, Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, they've got you covered. That's right, 700 vehicles plus at Auto Center's Nissan. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, whatever you're into, style, budget, they've got it at Auto Centers. You can start right there online at autocentersnissan.com. In fact, that's what my wife Kristen and I did. We looked at a couple of different vehicles, couple of different price points, and then we took the test drives there at Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum. We fell in love with the pre-owned Pathfinder. Whether you're looking for a car or a truck, they've got it for you. Plus, 30-day new car return promise. They're so confident that you're going to love the car buying experience and you're going to love the vehicle that they give you 30 days to bring the vehicle back. For whatever reason, they'll refund your money if you're not completely satisfied. Complimentary lifetime warranty on new Nissans and eligible used vehicles. Complimentary one-year maintenance on new Nissan purchases. Financing options for everyone that walks through the door. It's Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS. Call Civic Tax Relief for free information now. Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
Just call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved.
I'm just living sky high right now. So I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
I'm Megan Sinclair with Dave Sinclair Lincoln St. Peter's. We're hosting free prostate screenings with Urology of St. Louis. Walk in Dave Sinclair Lincoln St. Peter's September 11th from 4 to 6:30 for a blood draw. Remember, that's Wednesday, September 11th from 4 to 6:30 at Dave Sinclair Lincoln in St. Peter's.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals win 3-2 last night over the Milwaukee Brewers in extra innings. Once again, they took 2 of 3 in Milwaukee, and they have today off, but they'll be back in action tomorrow taking on the Seattle Mariners. Eric Fetty on the mound for the Redbirds going up against Bryce Miller. First pitch tomorrow, 7:15. Tonight, though, the NFL is back. The Chiefs taking on the Ravens as the Chiefs look to three-peat. It starts tonight. Can they do it? We'll find out, and you can listen to it right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starting at 6:30. We asked earlier in the show, what will it take for you to get back to the ballpark in 2024 and or 2025? We're going to play some of your mic drops coming up next, so stay tuned for that. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
All right, we asked for your mic drops earlier today about what the Cardinals need to do in order to get you back to the ballpark this year, or if your answer is nothing, what would it be for next year? It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Well, let's hear from Michael next. Again, this is mic drops that we acquired earlier in the day. Here's Michael giving us his answer.
I will not be returning to the ballpark unless Mo is gone. He is one of the most condescending executives, perhaps in all of professional sports. So I don't think I really need to elaborate anymore. If Mo isn't gone, I ain't coming. I don't have a problem with Ollie being manager. That doesn't bother me at all. But Mo, he's got to go.
All right, Michael, thank you for the mic drop. Quick question back for Michael. So if nothing changes on the roster but Mo's gone, you're back at the ballpark? Like, because this is what we went over. Yeah. This was the exercise we went through earlier.
Yeah.
So you're rolling back Gibby, Lance Lynn, Steven Matz, but Mo's gone, so now I'm back at the ballpark. Just because he talks down to people. Or that's the perception we have. I shouldn't say. It's the perception. It's tough to differentiate sometimes. I have talked to John Mozeliak away from the microphones, and he kind of talks that way.
Okay.
That way. But again, so for Michael and anybody else who's listening, just having John Mozeliak walk out of the building is not going to change anything.
Right.
So if that's the only thing that's holding you back, then, hey, Cardinals, just lock up John Mozeliak. Don't let him be in the public eye anymore.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing, too, Jamie. You bring up a good point as well. It's like, hey, you may correlate the issue to Mo, but there's a bigger problem at hand here. It's how ownership wants the team run. And I think even beyond that, it's how ownership views the fans' interest. If the ownership feels as though the fans are going to show up because the front office tries, quote unquote, because it's Sonny Gray, Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson, Matt Carpenter, then I think you're missing the fact that you're missing why the fans are ticked off. They've seen this already over and over again. You're not fooling anybody anymore. So they either want you to go big, which I don't think is going to happen, or change course and explain to them what the future holds, what the direction of the organization is.
Just explain anything. I think, communication is it's a two-way street, but when you are the Cardinals and the fans are communicating by how they're showing up or not showing up, communicate. Let them know exactly what the plan and the process is. You may feel like you don't have to do that. Maybe you don't think it's important, but I know you didn't have a postseason press conference. And people were wondering, well, why didn't they tell us anything? Mm-hmm. Well, what's the plan going into 2024? Maybe the Cardinals felt like they didn't need to. We didn't need to tell you that Tommy Edman was going to have surgery and he's going to miss the entire season for us, and then we're going to potentially have to trade him. Like, we didn't have a conversation. We didn't need to do that. But the Cardinal fans are saying, yeah, the hell you do, because it's a two-way street. We'll communicate with you. We won't show up. We won't be present in the stadium, and it will be known throughout the entire league. Because, again, when other people that are accustomed to coming to Cardinal baseball games in the summertime and seeing the stadiums packed are now showing up, and there are like 15, 20,000 people there, paid attendance 28, but really 15 there.
Yeah.
It's noticeable. And so the Cardinal fans are speaking. And to Michael's point, if you think that just firing Mozeliak is if nothing changes, I don't know that matters.
All right, let's go to Nick next.
What will it take to get me back to the ballpark in 2024? Lower the prices of the darn everything else associated with going to a game other than tickets. $40 to park, $15 for a beer, $9 for a hot dog. The DeWitts are patting their pockets on the backs of loyal fans watching a team that they have no interest in winning. Lower the prices and I'll come back. That's all.
So, quick question for you guys, and I don't know enough about it. I've actually never even paid attention to it until recently. Where do the Cardinals rank in prices of concessions, like league-wide? I would imagine things are probably on par, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Like a $14 beer here in St. Louis got to be a minimum of $14 at Yankee Stadium.
21,
maybe. But like, what about the Royals? What are they charging? Because they're literally right down the street from us.
Here's one article. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me. Oh no, is this for 2024? Cheapest beer prices. Coors Field, Rogers Center. I'll just give you the teams. Rockies, Blue Jays, Angels, Diamondbacks, Twins. Most expensive beer prices. Nationals, or probably because you have to drink to appreciate them. Nationals, Orioles, White Sox, Red Sox, Cubs. Hot dog prices. Cheapest, Diamondbacks, Yankees, Marlins, Twins, Braves. Expensive, Padres, Giants, Nationals, Rockies, Rangers.
But where are the Cardinals in this?
I don't know. They're not in.
I think you should mention how cheap some of those beers are because they're $3 at Coors Field.
Well, but they got an advantage. Coors Field.
Plus
the bears are there.
The beers are already
built
there.
in the stadium.
You don't have to do anything.
That's funny.
Because Busch doesn't.
See where you're going with that.
Stadium.
So
the beer.
Yeah. So the Cardinals, at least top five, cheapest or top five, most expensive, not on here. Now that was just one article. I can continue to look.
Well, that makes sense. They're in the middle of the pack all the time, Anthony.
Marshy, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Somebody says, Jamie, it doesn't matter if they're on par. It's still outrageous. I understand that. I'm not sitting here telling the listeners that a $14 beer is okay. I'm just trying to find out if the Cardinals are overpriced. That's all.
Let's hear from Michael next. Different Michael.
I'm going to go Sunday, and I'm going to have a good time whether they win or lose because that's what fans do. Unlike the schmuck BFIBs that are all in your comments section and are all talking about how the sky is falling and you need to fire Mo and fire Ollie. Bunch of crybaby losers they are.
Wow. That's Michael 2.0.
That's Michael 2.0.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I mean, if you enjoy it, enjoy it. I don't
You're
know.
not mad at me. You're mad at the owner.
If you enjoy baseball and watching and paying the prices, cool.
Well, I don't think it matters to like Michael. I think is somebody that just is going to root for the team and doesn't care about winning or losing.
That's awesome, but don't criticize other people for how they want to spend their money.
Yeah, I'm
100%.
I actually am criticizing Michael.
No, I'm talking about him.
Yeah, no, I am too.
He's criticizing Michael.
How can you not care about winning or losing? You're just going to support the team. Like if I take a dump at a box and say, hey, this is a great product.
Yeah,
it's a
Could
great
you not
product.
make it
It's
to
a
the bathroom?
Great. No, I couldn't.
Anthony, I bought you those Depends.
I know
got
you did.
those Depends a while ago.
I know, but
still sitting.
if I take a dump at a box and I label it, say, hey, St. Louis Cardinals, here's your product. Michael's just going to appreciate it no matter what.
I don't know. It's not baseball, though.
Nah, maybe if you put it in a red
If you
soap.
dump a baseball out of there, maybe might appreciate that.
It's a Cardinals
How
logo.
to get up there, though, first. That's
It's
what
a
I wanna
Cardinals
know,
logo.
right? Maybe sat down too quickly, Carey.
It's Cardinals logo, 2 birds and a bat on the box.
Yeah.
So it's Cardinals.
Okay.
But I dumped in it.
All right.
So
Okay.
Michael is going to appreciate it. Because
Okay.
it's Cardinals.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Anthony.
It's a Cardinals
Do you
product.
feel better?
Do I feel better?
Yeah.
Sure.
Good.
He feels good.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
And the Bucks. Do you feel like a crybaby loser, Anthony?
Nah.
What'd you wipe with?
He didn't.
You just drag it along the corner of the box?
That's correct.
All right. Just checking.
Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm a details guy, you know?
Sheldon's next on 101 ESPN.
I'll tell you this right now. Outside of their promotions, which if you haven't seen their promotions this month, not going to lie, a lot of them look pretty cool. The jerseys, the giveaways, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. Outside of that, it would take, I don't know, we'd have to, sweep the Mariners, win the following series, something like 8 out of the next 10. Probably puts us a game or two out of the wild card spot. Then that means playoff baseball is in St. Louis in September. It just happens to be with 2 weeks remaining in the season. So that's probably what it takes for me is getting within touching distance to where those games mean a little bit more.
That's the question. I think I brought it up in the break. If the team does get within striking distance and it's close, right? Let's just say they even make the playoffs. Are fans still not going to show up because they're trying to stick it to Mo? I think that's a question I really want to know.
Yeah.
Like, let's just hypothetically say they do make the playoffs.
Right.
Are fans still not going to show up? Or do you think they'll show up because they made the playoffs?
I think they probably would show up. I don't know if they pack the place, but they probably do show up.
Now that means
it is playoff baseball.
That means that you have already, if you get in the playoffs, that means you have already won the wild card series, and now you get to host at least one game.
Yeah.
What does that game look like in terms of attendance?
They'll be there because they have shown themselves worthy.
I don't think it'll be sellout, but I think people
They'll be there. It's
they'll
playoff
be there.
baseball.
Yeah. By the way, my doctor texted me. He says, I turn on the fast lane. You guys are talking about in a box. Yeah, sorry, Doc. Welcome to the fast lane. You never know what you're going to hear.
Do you need an appointment?
Saw him yesterday. No, we're good.
Usually Anthony's leaving skid marks on the road and not the other type of skid marks.
I got run off the road the one time. Where are we? All right. 101 ESPN has your shot to score a 4-pack of tickets to next Tuesday's Bud Bash game. Wow. Cardinals, Reds. It's the final Bud Bash game of the season. Features a limited edition Chris Carpenter bobblehead giveaway. Which team did Chris Carpenter pitch for before he became a Cardinal? Kind of a layup today. Text in and win those free Bud Bash tickets now at 314-399-9646. So if you've got the correct answer and you're the 101st texter, you're going to win those tickets. And thank you to Budweiser for hooking us up with Bud Bash tickets to give away all season long. Fastlane Pick'em Challenge. We got our picks. We got our lock of the week, matchup that's kind of keeping us up at night, the upset that we're looking for, all next on 101 ESPN.
ESPN.
Refreshed by Bud Light.
Well, you sure know how to pick them.
Don't forget to get signed up to play this year's Fastlane Pick'em Challenge at 101ESPN.com. You can make your football picks each week and see if you can defeat us here in the Fastlane or the Rizzuto Show, the Fastlane Riz Show, throwing down all football season long. It is our Pick'em Challenge. Don't forget to get signed up ahead of tonight's game, which you can listen to right here on 101 ESPN, Ravens and Chiefs. The opener is tonight. Pick'em Challenge at 101ESPN.com. It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure, and the Pick'em Challenge is all refreshed by Bud Light this year. We have our terms with the Riz Show.
Oh yeah,
I joined them this morning.
Did they pressure you?
They did not pressure me.
Okay.
I thought everything was on the up and up.
Were you there in person?
I was not. Nope. In fact, I had the kids. I was dropping off the kids at school.
Okay.
So that.
I just want to make sure they didn't try to bully you, get the airsoft gun pointed at you, like
Nope.
Force you to terms you didn't agree
Like
to.
I worry most about Learn. She's
vicious.
The first one that would like take a 2x4 to your knee.
No, there's no question. No, so here's the terms. Season long, actually week to week, we are going to do the airsoft gun. You lose, you face the airsoft gun. We have to notify them so that they know that we did it, so there's no crying on their end. A lot of this is just kind of agreeing to make sure that they're not crying on their end. But we are going to do the weekly punishment. BK is with us as well, so hopefully BK loses the majority of the time, and he's got to face the majority of the shots, so that would be good. So is the weekly punishments. We ironed out the tiebreakers. There will be no ties. The automated system will do its thing. There's a tiebreaker already in the Pick'em Challenge, already set, so we're good there, so there will be no ties. We also agreed that we're going to lock the picks in on Sunday at noon. So there will be no flip-flopping on Mondays. Once the game starts at noon, whatever you have, that's it for the rest of the week. The season-long punishment will be a combination of things. We will once again, for 1 month, do the sponsorship. So the Rizzuto Show will be sponsored by the Fast Lane when those guys lose for an entire month.
Nice. We
also are going to do the dunk tank punishment, where we'll have a dunk tank. You can pay to dunk the losers. And that the proceeds will go to a charity of the winner's choice.
Awesome.
They also threw in the losers will have to do a music video of a song that the winners choose. So when we win, we get a chance to choose a song that they have to do a video to.
So we get to act silly?
We get to act silly?
No.
Like if you lose, you get to act...
They choose the song, so yeah, if you want to...
We'll choose the song for them, Jamie.
All right.
And it doesn't have to be silly. It can be serious.
All right, we good?
Depending on the song you choose.
There's a good point.
Yeah.
Tonight, who you guys got? Ravens, Chiefs. Marsh.
I have the Baltimore Ravens winning tonight.
Got them in the upset.
Much like last season, Chiefs, they come off the Super Bowl win. They're playing the Lions. I thought Baltimore should have won the AFC Championship game. They kind of faltered there. I think they do get revenge tonight as Kansas City opens up trying to three-peat. So give me Baltimore tonight. I'm looking for a big game from Derrick Henry in his Ravens debut.
Okay. Sounds like there's a fantasy element there.
Well, there's not. There could be.
Just a big Derrick Henry fan.
We don't shame people for that.
Fantasy football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Carey, who do you have?
Tonight, I got the Ravens as well. I got Baltimore.
All right.
Going into Kansas City as they are, celebrating their championship from last season. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah,
right?
Win 2 Super Bowls in a row.
What have they done this year, Jamie? Nothing. Ain't played yet, but they ain't done nothing. So give me the Baltimore Ravens on the road.
Jamie.
Chiefs, baby.
Yeah, I don't go against Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
I got the Chiefs as well. What are you doing? You and I made a pact that you just continue to just, give me the Chiefs.
Okay.
All right. Tomorrow, Brazil. Eagles-Packers. Eagles-Packers tomorrow. Good matchup. Don't love the site there, but
Wow.
Jamie.
I've got the Eagles.
Me?
Carey.
Eagles.
Yeah, I have the team winning the damn division, so you got to give me Green Bay.
You don't have
You
to
don't
pick
have
them.
to do
You
that.
don't have
They
to.
don't have to
Yeah.
win every
It's up to
game
you.
to win the
No.
division.
Right.
It would help if they won the first one, though.
1, 2, hell, they lose 3.
I was high when I said that.
Give me Green Bay in Brazil.
I've got the Eagles as well. I think the Packers maybe slow start, but then they pick it up. All right, let's just jump to this. Biggest upset of the week. So an upset that you guys have, and maybe it's just one, for you, Marsh, it could be the Ravens or Packers. You got 2 upsets right out of the gates. The only qualification is they do have to be an underdog. I've got Carey's Pittsburgh Steelers marching into Atlanta, shutting down Kirky Cousins and the Falcons, and picking up a win, a last-second victory on a field goal.
All right, Anthony.
Steelers.
You got to root for your guys a little bit harder than that.
I do root for my guys.
I don't feel
Ask
like
me for
you
an upset, it's the Steelers, but I'm
Okay.
rooting for the Falcons.
Okay. Who you got, Jamie?
Steelers probably going to wax those guys. Falcons have no shot. No shot in the world of winning that game.
I got an upset for you.
Go ahead,
real
then, Carey,
upset.
because
What do you got?
The Arizona Cardinals.
That was mine.
Against the Buffalo Bills.
Are you
Telling you, man.
serious? That Kyler Murray to Marvin Harrison Jr. connection. Sprinkle a little James Conner in
Oh,
there. Hell,
man.
let's see Greg Dortch do something as
You
well.
know, hey, don't get caught off guard by the Arizona Cardinals this year.
Don't be caught off guard if the Bills win that division again.
I will be, because they won't.
Okay.
All right. Hey.
Jackson.
So yours is the Cardinals?
Yeah, well, if we're picking a different one, if we don't want to do the
No,
same
no.
one.
Just go with the upset you think. All right.
Well, I have
don't
2.
Don't get crazy.
I have 2. You know.
Okay. All right. Get crazy. Let's get nasty.
Carolina Panthers over the
that is
New
real
Orleans
crazy.
Saints.
You said that yesterday too.
I
think
did. I'm
that's
sticking
interesting.
with it.
Okay. I like it.
That's very crazy.
Man. Jamie.
Jacksonville over Miami.
Ooh.
Okay. Lock. Carey.
Cincinnati Bengals. Lock it.
Lock it up.
Lock
Yes.
it right now.
Yeah. In fact, Bengals all say aye. Aye.
That's, yeah.
All right, real quick. The matchup that's giving you hell. The matchup you're like, I could flip 900 times.
Honestly, I went through the whole pick'em thing and went through it again and went through it again. I couldn't figure out which side to click, the Giants or the Vikings.
That's a good one.
Because I don't know what quarterback situation looks like for the Vikings. If Sam Darnold can do anything productive at all, they'll beat the Giants.
Yeah.
But if he can't, I ended up siding with the Vikings on this one, who are a favorite. But that one there, I revisited a couple times.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, tonight's game, I could flip-flop back and
yeah.
forth. I'm choosing the Ravens because I think they'll be better, but again, like we talked about, going against Patrick Mahomes is foolish.
Yeah.
No matter what time of year it is, whenever he's playing, you should bet on him. Not going to win them all, but, I could flip-flop back and forth, but I am going with the Ravens on that one.
Yeah.
I'm flipping on the L.A. Rams and Detroit Lions game. This is a rematch.
Could be a good one.
And I'm excited to see what is going to transpire. Actually, it's not a rematch. It could have been a rematch.
Goff and Stafford, though.
Goff and Stafford.
Didn't they play last year?
Goff and in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, they did play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Lions crushed them.
They did.
Did they? Spanked them.
They beat them.
Put them over their knee like a child.
Was it a
and
spanking?
Spanked them.
Or did they just beat them?
I think it was a close game.
It was close.
It was
The
real
game
close.
I remember
Depending on sound like
was a
Anthony.
bloodbath.
All right, fair enough. Tomorrow night's game, Eagles-Packers. I got the Eagles, but I may flip 900 times before kickoff. All right, this Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Jamie's got to get out of here. Congratulations to our guy, Randy Carricker.
Yes.
It's tonight's special for RK.
Yep.
And you're going to be there, Jamie.
You'll be down there at the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame dinner. Randy Carricker going in. Ray Langford, I believe, and a good buddy of mine, Kelly Chase, going
Nice.
in.
Well, great.
So it should be a good time.
Congratulations to everybody that's going in tonight to the Hall of Fame, Missouri Hall of Fame, at my MAC. MAC downtown. Beautiful, beautiful building. It is. Historic building. Jamie, have fun. We'll see you tomorrow.
Very much, yes.
All right, we've got our Sports Six-Pack next, 314-399-9646. If you have a question for us, send it there. Sports Six-Pack next.
Randy!
Londoff Chevrolet pride themselves on great customer service. And when you talk to Johnny Londoff, the first thing he says is, are you happy? Are you satisfied? Do we do the right things? Because they care. This is why they've been in business for over 80 years, is because it's not just about the product, it's about the customer. And I know this because I've been a customer for over 25 years now, and my girlfriend's a customer. My kids are Johnny Londoff customers because they take great care of us, and I know the deals are going to be there. Deals like a Chevy Silverado 2024 1500 custom trail bus, exact same truck as me. Suggested retail price $67,030. You only pay $54,030. That's $13,000 in savings. That's just one example. And my guy Johnny, he needs your trade-in as well, and he'll pay you top dollar for your vehicle, and that's the Londoff guarantee as well. So please waste no time. If you're looking for a brand new vehicle or pre-owned vehicle, head over to Londoff Chevrolet in Florissant, Missouri, or the Londoff Autoplex in St. Peters, Missouri. Walk in, tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love that. But if you can't get there in person, get there online. Visit them at londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN 506. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. If you got a question for us, Air Comfort Service tax line 314-399-9646. Send it there. It's our Sports Six-Pack. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter, got Jamie Rivers heading to the downtown MAC for tonight's Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. Marshy, go.
Question number one.
All right, this question is probably for Carey, considering it has to do with his New York Football Giants. From the 573, do you think that Brian Daboll could be fired after this season if the New York Football Giants have another losing record?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I mean, because they are have tied themselves to Daniel Jones, and if he is unable, and that's weird because he was coach of the year 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
it was when they, sorry, Marsh, but they went to Minnesota and beat the Vikings in the playoffs.
Oh. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, they did do that.
But I
And
do
Justin
think
Jefferson was double covered, and
he made a play.
TJ Hawkinson was absolutely single covered, and Kirky fired it short.
It happens, Anthony.
Instead of putting it up to JJ, he goes, I'll fire this puppy short.
Well,
And let TJ Hawkinson get tackled 5 yards before the first down.
Well,
I do remember that.
That's your problem now.
It is.
It certainly is, Marsh. It certainly is.
I do. I mean, I think just because they are, again, tied to Daniel Jones, and if Daniel Jones doesn't perform well, I think Daboll was brought in there because of what he did in Buffalo as the OC and how well he worked with Josh Allen and got him and his career going in the direction that it did. If he's unable to do the same for Daniel Jones, which I'm sure that's part of the reason that they brought him there, because you have high expectations for this person that you drafted in the first round, he could be done.
I don't think the Giants are very good, and I don't think the Giants should fire Daboll.
So Marsh and I, we both watched the offseason Hard Knocks for the Giants.
Yeah.
Leaving from watching it after, and I don't know how you feel, Marsh, but after I watched it, I felt better about the Giants.
I did.
I felt like we talk a lot. Like Anthony's rolling his eyes. He's scratching his head. He's like, oh, what the hell are you talking about?
I just got
he got a crook in his neck. He's like, there's pain.
Yep.
We talk often about the St. Louis Cardinals and how we don't know what their plan is. You might not like what the Giants have done, but at least it seemed to me as though they had a plan. Like they had a plan as to how they were. They actively, if you watch the Hard Knocks, they were actively thinking about going after a quarterback. And they had to pivot because the quarterbacks that they wanted were gone. And so they were unable to trade up to get that quarterback that they wanted. And the notion was, okay, here's the thing. We have not protected Daniel Jones yet. Let's go in the offseason and get some offensive linemen to protect him, which they did. We need to get him a stud receiver, a playmaker, because you tell me who was catching passes for the New York Giants last year.
Oh, God. You had Wan'Dale Robinson. You had...
who else? Sterling. Is it Sterling? Shepard.
Yeah.
When he was healthy. But you don't even know their names. Saquon Barkley might have been the leading receiver last year, and he's the running back. Like, they were bad. So the Giants said, you know what? We can't get a quarterback. And they let Daniel Jones know, hey, we're trying to get a quarterback. If we can't, you're our guy. Yeah. But if we can, you're not our guy. And they were unable to. And they got Malik Neighbors because they felt like he's a playmaker. So watching it made me feel like, man, maybe they got something there.
Isaiah Hodgins. Hodges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him.
Man, it's a bad roster.
It was terrible for them. It's unfortunate.
Well, hey, listen. I think it's great that you guys are back in the Giants this year.
Darius Slayton
was actually probably the
Jalen
number
Hyatt
one.
Was another one.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, they're tied
I was actually thinking of Jalen Hyatt,
who just turned into a rapper and
Darren
retired. Darren Waller,
not great.
Retired. I don't know if he's a rapper, but he did have a music video that was quite cringy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know music.
Some say the concern was he didn't need football. He was one of those guys didn't need football, and I think those people were right when they said that.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
I think this is an interesting question, and it's a very simple question. But from the 314, would you be happy if the Cardinals make the playoffs?
I think that's really interesting. Would I be happy? Yes, because I like playoff baseball, and playoff baseball is better when the Cardinals are in it, and we have something to talk about. So from a work standpoint, and knowing that our listeners are diehard Cardinals fans, yes, I would be happy if they made the playoffs. ... Would I still have concerns, which is why, Marsh, I think you and I both think that this is interesting.
Yeah.
Would I have concerns that ownership would kick back the feet and go, well, hey, plan worked.
Yep.
It's one of those times where it's like, you got lost as hell, then you got lucky, and you still found your destination.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you mapped it right.
Got there, Anthony.
Doesn't mean you
Am I
mapped
on
it
time?
Right. No.
I am.
I guess.
The playoffs started. I'm here.
Doesn't mean you...
Doesn't matter how you got there.
You didn't get lost. Didn't mean you thought you were going to starve because you were on the back road someplace. But
I made it.
But you got there.
Have you guys seen the meme? It's like the guy in the corner, and they're at a party, and it's the guy in the corner, and there's other people in the party, but the guy in the corner is like, they don't know that blah, blah, blah. And then the other people are like, we absolutely know. It's like the Cardinals are like, they don't know that we had no idea how we got here.
Yeah. No,
and everyone else is like, we do.
We do.
see it.
Yep, we see it. We know. Yeah. But would I be happy? Yeah, I would. If I'm just going to answer this, like, I already threw out the qualifier. But yes, I would. I'd be happy.
I'm torn. Well, probably not. Because I feel like they're going to do the same thing whether they make the playoffs or not.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, I'd be happy. There you go.
All right. What about you, Marsh?
I'd be happy. Like, last year was terrible not being in the playoffs. It just rubbed me the wrong way, and especially with the Blues. Man, the Blues haven't been in the playoffs in a few years. Like, I like that type of feel around the city. But we just talked about it. If this team makes the playoffs, I feel like they're not going to change. Right. And that's been the problem for the last 5 to 10 years. Maybe not 10, at least the last 5 years, because they would make the playoffs and you knew, man, this team is not that good.
Right.
And then they went and made the NLCS and you're like, oh my goodness, are they that good, or is there just something special that is happening in the state of Missouri? The Blues win the Stanley Cup. The Cardinals go to the NLCS. They're 4 wins away from the World Series. And then the following spring, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, is there something in the water here in Missouri? Good stuff.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, anyways. But I don't know if it's necessarily the right thing for this franchise. And I've said it before, like, I think this franchise needs a wake-up call, and missing the playoffs 2 years in a row is a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And to Carey's point, they could just keep it going and keep the train on the tracks until they eventually fall off, and who knows. But
sure.
Yeah, would I like them to make the playoffs? Yes, because I am a fan, right? And I do go to the games. I'm going Saturday, so
enjoy.
You love it.
I do. I love going to Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
I love going to Busch Stadium, but I also want this team to do different things. Mm-hmm. And before you say, well, you gotta stop paying to go to get, I got them as a gift.
Right.
So
there you go.
I'm gonna go support and enjoy my time, at the stadium.
Sure.
and
listen, we went a couple weeks ago. It was fun.
Yeah, help some of the local businesses, restaurants downtown with my money. Mm-hmm. Have a good time.
Doesn't mean you're satisfied with the product.
No.
Yeah.
But I like watching baseball. Like, I like being at the stadium.
Absolutely. All right, let's continue our Sports Six Pack next in the Fast Lane.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
All right, we're going to continue our Sports Six-Pack here on the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Question 3, please.
Before we get to question number 3, we did get a text from the 314, and I thought this was a great point from the 314 when we asked the question about if you would want the Cardinals to make the playoffs. The 314 says, do you want them to make the playoffs for the young guys so they can get playoff experience? I think that's a great point.
That is a great point, yeah. I'm good with that, certainly.
I want them to make the playoffs anytime they can.
Yeah.
Even if you're going to do the same thing next year.
Both things can be true. Like, we'll catch a lot of hell. Our show will catch a lot of hell if they make the playoffs, and we're like, hey, this is a good thing. You know? Because people will feel like, we just wrecked them for 4 straight months, and now we're on the bench.
They deserved it, Anthony.
Carey, you're talking to me right now. I'm trying to tell you what the listeners would say. You don't listen. Look at you. You're not listening now.
Yeah, if they do make the playoffs, we owe one of our listeners, Brandon, an apology.
Yes. We're going to give it to him, too.
Are we?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll give him the apology.
We're going to give it. No, I just said we're going to give it to him.
Oh, okay.
The apology.
Just going to give it to him.
Wait, Brandon or?
Brandon.
Okay. Question 3,
Question
please.
number 3.
From the 314, what iconic team would you like to see return to prominence? The 314 says their team is the Raiders.
Yeah, it's a great one.
In any sport, is it a specific team or just a franchise? Because it's the Bulls for me. If it's the 90s Bulls we're talking about here.
Well, no, just so
just the franchise.
Like because of what the Bulls did in the 90s,
yes.
Well,
you would like that team to come back.
And
Carey, you
from North Carolina.
You're not gonna like this one, but like if people said the Cowboys,
when were they ever good?
The 90s.
They're still prominent though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Red Wings, for instance.
The Raiders are a perfect one. I think the Raiders are the poster child.
Yeah.
Because they haven't.
Yeah, they haven't been good, but it's an iconic franchise. Yeah. Even now, because they moved, but like that logo, the silver and black. Yeah, the iconic
crazy fans.
Raiders.
It's really kind of cool.
Yep. Let's think of a good one for baseball.
Baseball.
The Oakland A's.
Oakland A's is a great one.
Because that was my team. I used to love the Oakland A's growing up. The Cardinals were my team as well, but I loved the A's.
The Oakland A's have you looked at their record lately?
They're not bad.
They're pretty damn good.
Yeah. It's funny if you look at their lineup. Not like their overall record, but like since the All-Star break, they've been one of the best teams in Major League Baseball. It's funny if you look at their lineup. Like they got Brent Rooker and they got Lawrence Butler, who's been good. Seth Brown has been pretty good for them. You look up and down the lineup, you're like, that's not too bad. The A's, who are trying to lose, stumble into a good lineup. Canadians were so Dr. Smooshy Poops in the Snake Pit says the Canadians. I think that's a great one.
What about the Blackhawks? Is that a bad?
No, we don't like that.
Yeah, you can't say that.
The Blackhawks?
You can't say that.
I'm thinking of a team that really hasn't been relevant in like at least 10 plus years.
Pistons.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Because 80s and then like late 80s, of course, the Bad Boys Pistons, and then you got the 2000s Pistons. Like that's a great organization.
The Canadians is a good one, but they were just in the Stanley Cup a few years ago. Now, granted, they're terrible again, but
right.
What about the Knicks?
Oh, the Knicks.
They're coming back.
Okay, but the playoffs, yeah. So we're talking about again. The Raiders are the poster child for this.
Raiders are a great one.
What about college football? Like USC is that team for me, and we're starting to see them.
I got one, and I got one that might be good this year.
Who?
Mizzou.
That he said historic.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
he said historic.
Yeah. Besides
you missed
Mizzou.
that part. The historic.
That's right.
They had to have had.
Team I've been talking about.
The Utah Utes.
No, not the Utah Utes.
Hold
Penn
on now.
State Nittany Lions.
To hell with the Lions.
Hang on a second. Let's think about this.
I have no clue who he's talking about.
You've been talking about them.
I have been talking about them.
The U.
Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Miami's a
For
good
sure.
Miami's the poster child for
really
college
good one.
football.
That is a really good one.
Miami. Okay, so we got Miami. We got the Raiders. The Raiders. Basketball. Do we want the Bulls or the Pistons?
It's got to be the Bulls.
It's got to be the Bulls. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the Bulls been terrible for a while now. Long time.
Hockey, I know we said the Canadians. I said the Red Wings earlier. The Red Wings are still trying to flirt with getting into the playoffs, and Stevie Y's doing a good job at restructuring that team. But, I mean, man, we have Jamie on the show. He talks about his time with the Red Wings all the time.
Yeah.
Like, they were dumb. They were the Bulls
of
the Stanley, of the NHL in the 90s.
Definitely.
And in the early 2000s.
All right, so we got our hockey. We don't have our baseball.
Baseball is...
Oh, the A's.
Oh, the A's.
That's right. Yeah. Somebody saved the A's. All right, did we do it?
That was only 3.
No. I mean, do we cover all the teams?
Yeah, I think so.
What about
the
college basketball? Should we do that too?
Yeah.
That's another good one.
Man, college basketball. Like, I was going to say UCLA, but UCLA was just in the Final Four not that long.
Yeah. I think because the Big East was so good for Connecticut was a team that has figured it out over the last couple of years. They were.
Yep. UConn's rolling. North Carolina, no. Duke, no.
Indiana. Hoosiers.
Indiana's a really good one.
That is a great one.
Indiana's a great one. That one's going to be tough to beat. Good call, Carey. Real good call.
Haven't been good for.
No, it's got to be Indiana.
Yeah. It's the Blue Bloods.
Yeah. We did it, guys. Nice job.
Very proud of us.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
Walrus King asked the Bundesliga. I got to think about that, King. I got to think about it. Give me some time.
It's tough.
These other sports, I could, we just, who cares? But if we're talking about Bundesliga, I really want to
We
think
need to
about
prep
it.
for that one.
Exactly, yeah.
Let me know how that
Make a full
how that
segment
goes.
out of it.
A full segment?
Well, yeah.
I would say an hour.
Oh, really? Okay.
Old Zoosh has a good one, too, for college basketball.
Oh, Georgetown. That is a good one. Yep.
Hot damn. Okay.
I like it. I like our answers.
Yeah.
Question number 4.
I feel real good about that.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That was a great
question. Yeah,
it was.
Absolutely.
From 314, which NFL quarterback who's not getting a lot of love is going to surprise people, and which quarterback who is being hyped up is going to fall flat on their face?
Who's not getting a lot of love?
I'd say Trevor Lawrence.
He's
He's not getting a lot of love in what?
And it's going to surprise people.
Like, I feel like he's kind of being slept on.
Yeah, Lawrence is a good one.
Just got a new contract.
Can Jalen Hurts fall in that conversation too?
No.
He doesn't get. He's people have fallen off of Jalen Hurts.
Just won the Super Bowl though, or
They
not?
didn't.
Sorry, they just went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
And I believe he led the league in rushing touchdowns for a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't feel like that people are necessarily dogging on him.
More so the team, and I think the coaching staff.
Like, I think people are really down on Trevor Lawrence.
All right, Daniel Jones.
Boy, you love that guy.
To fall flat on his face when the Vikings sack him 40 times on Sunday.
They went to the offensive line.
You know what I'll throw out there that I think people are going to disagree with, but I just feel like people are either sleeping on him or they're a little down on him, is Justin Herbert. Coming off the injury. Like, Herbert, everybody's like, yeah, top 5 quarterback. Now you don't hear his name.
Herbert and Lawrence are essentially the same person to me.
No way.
I'm
Carey.
They are.
You and I are fighting tomorrow when we do Gridiron Guys.
They essentially are the same person.
They are not.
No, they are.
Justin Herbert's a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence.
Has he? Show me proof.
What is okay? Fine, then Lamar Jackson has won a Super Bowl, so he can't.
I'm not talking about Super Bowls. He's won 2 MVPs. Have either one of those guys been in an MVP conversation?
If you haven't won anything ever, you're always the one that says the team sport.
It is a team sport.
Dude,
his
it's not
team stinks, as does Trevor Lawrence's. They don't
stink.
No,
they don't stink like Anthony pooping in a box.
The Chargers
and marking it
last
Cardinals.
year.
Yeah,
the Chargers stunk last year. Him and Trevor Lawrence are essentially the same person.
No,
he's got more talent.
I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so mad at you right now.
Neither one of them.
The processing ability alone for Justin Herbert puts Herbert on another planet than Trevor Lawrence.
That's cool. What have they done?
I like Trevor Lawrence.
Who won that playoff game when they played? Was it?
Oh, you mean when the Chargers crapped themselves again because they didn't have coaching?
Okay, because Brandon Staley. And then they got the coach we didn't know his name.
Brandon.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
What was that guy's name?
Nobody remembers.
Wait, it's Griff something.
Yeah.
Griff Smith?
Gryffindor.
Giff Smith.
Giff Smith.
Is that his name?
You and I looked at each other that day, and I was like, who the hell is Giff
That's
Smith?
not a real person.
There it is, Giff Smith.
Like, you made that up.
Win one for the Giffer.
Oh, man. AB says Trevor won a natty.
There you go.
I know. I like Trevor
Means
Lawrence a
he's
lot.
better
but
than
I don't
Justin.
No.
Yeah.
I really like Herbert. Herbert's going to be the guy like I defend. Like, everybody's got one athlete that they defend no matter what. You know? Like,
You know what
Herbert's
Justin's
going to be
be
that guy.
You know what Justin's going to be doing a lot coming up here lately?
Handing the ball
off. You're right about that.
Handing the ball off.
You're absolutely right about that. All right, it's Fastlane on 101. Go ahead, Marsh.
Oh, I was just gonna, who's going to fall flat on their face?
Who's going to fall flat on their face?
Yeah.
Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence.
No.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. That's an easy one.
What?
Aaron Rodgers.
Josh
Carey's
Allen.
favorite quarterback. He's not going to fall on his face.
He's not going to fall on his face, but he's not going to have. I don't. Again,
could you see Tua?
You know what's fun? Like, Carey and I think a lot alike. We do, but I've noticed this the last 2 years now with you. Since we did the Gridiron guys last year, we're going to start it up again this year.
Yep.
And since we've done the fast lane, you and I disagree so much on football. And you got the Super Bowl ring, so I should just shut my mouth.
it doesn't mean I'm right. I'm not
you
always
and I are
right.
so we are on opposite sides so many times of football. It makes it fun though. It makes it a lot of fun.
It does.
Because I'm going to be rooting for the Donnie Fandangos big time this year.
All right. I wish him well.
All right. It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Frick James, no Anthony, Michael Penix Jr. is your athlete. I love Michael Penix Jr.
He's your quarterback.
Oh, you mean defending. I see what you're saying there. All right. We got biggest question of the day next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take 2 of 3 in Milwaukee and defeat the Brewers 3-2 last night in the rubber match. They have today off, but they'll take on the Seattle Mariners tomorrow. Eric Fetty on the mound for the Redbirds, going up against Bryce Miller. First pitch is at 7:15 tomorrow night. We just talked NFL, and it is back. The Chiefs and Ravens tonight. You can listen to it right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starting at 6:30. Earlier today, we went over our NFC predictions, our AFC predictions. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our full shows there. And it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. We have our biggest question of the day coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day.
All right, time for the biggest question of the day here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter, is Andrew Marsh.
All right, gentlemen, we went over our predictions for the 2024 NFL season. We have our NFC division winners, our 3 wild cards. We have our representatives for each conference in the Super Bowl. But heading into game 1 of the NFL season, who are you choosing to win the Super Bowl? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Well, I got them in the Super Bowl. I'm going to have to stay with them, the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's his time. I think Lamar Jackson finally gets over that hurdle of he can't win the big game. He can't win a championship. He's a 2-time MVP. He lost some weight this offseason. He's going to be slimmer, sleeker, faster than he was last year. And I got the Ravens. I think they did more than enough in the offseason, and I'm looking forward to seeing this offense with Derrick Henry standing next to Lamar and seeing how they get that thing rolling.
I think earlier today on the Riz Show, I said Ravens-Eagles. Mm-hmm. So I'll have that as my 105.7 The Point prediction for 101 here. Look, I'm not going to go against Mahomes. I'm just not. I got the Chiefs. And I think as boring as it sounds right now, I still think the 49ers are the team to beat in the NFC. Kyle Shanahan, outstanding coach. Their roster, excellent. I think they could start slow. Mm-hmm. Like, I hear what you're saying, Carey, about Brandon Ayuk. I hear what you're saying about Trent Williams. Yeah. I could see them starting slow. Remember last year it was Nick Bosa.
Right.
Who really didn't make a play for a while. Yeah. Everybody's like, where the hell is this guy? Because he had held out, he had the contract issue and all that. Got him signed, ready to go before week 1, but he just wasn't the same player until later on in the year. But that team is absolutely loaded. They can run the ball. They've got more than enough weapons in the passing game. Good offensive line led by Trent Williams, and that defense is still solid. Fred Warner, who I love. Not to say they don't have warts, but I got Chiefs, and I've got the 49ers, and I got the Chiefs winning it again. Three-peat.
Never been done before.
Yep.
In ever, Bob.
Mahomes and Andy Reid are 2 guys that I think could do it. That Chiefs defense was incredibly young last year.
And they were good.
Snead, I know they traded Snead, but they have Chris Jones. When Chris Jones is healthy and Travis Kelce's healthy and Mahomes is healthy, it really doesn't matter who else in it they have. And I love watching Isaiah Pacheco run. Love it. I love how hard he runs. I love when he gets to the open field. Yeah. He runs like he's angry at the ground.
Yeah, I do love that.
It's fantastic. All right. Marshy.
So I had Green Bay and Cincy in the Super Bowl, and I got to go with the texter. The texter just put that idea in my head, and I absolutely love it. Cincinnati, the Bengals.
The Bengalis.
Win the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow does it again in the same state that he played college football in. Same with Jamar Chase.
I like your narrative-driven thought.
I like it.
Yeah, I really do love it. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the teams that you wouldn't mind seeing win. Like the Ravens, like Lamar Jackson. I would love to see Lamar Jackson get over the hump. I would love to see Joe Burrow win a Super Bowl. The Lions, just for the city of Detroit and everything they've gone through, being as loyal as they have, to finally have a team that you can root for.
Are we actually talking about contenders?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I would say the Vikings, but
no,
let's be realistic here.
Right. And I would say the Falcons, but let's be realistic.
I actually would
That's a first round
no,
exit.
I would say the Falcons.
Nah.
No, the Falcons.
Kerry, you know my theory, right? There's teams that were put on this earth just to be memes, and the Falcons are one of them, unfortunately. No. And my dumbass 9-year-old mind decided to love Deion Sanders, and now here I am.
I refuse to believe that that's all they are here for.
Nah.
Anthony, you're going to absolutely hate this, but my goodness, would it be great for radio, for television, just for entertainment in general? Would you like to name the team that I'm thinking of?
Cowboys.
Oh, goodness gracious, no.
God, no. Jets.
Yes.
Jets. Jets. Yeah, you're right.
Aaron Rodgers,
you're right.
Last year, walked onto the field holding the American flag.
Yep.
And this year, not saying it's going to happen, but he walks off the field with his second Super Bowl, pointing his finger in the air.
Yeah.
And recreates that magical moment that happened many, many years ago.
Yep. Super Bowl III.
Super Bowl III.
That wasn't that long.
That's you cheering for Aaron.
You know what sucks too? I mean, I've mentioned this before. It hurts my heart because my mother is a diehard New York Jets fan.
Really?
Diehard.
And you don't want to believe in Aaron Rodgers?
I don't like Aaron Rodgers. She doesn't either. I mean, when he went down that first time, she sent me a text. She's like, I knew it. See? I knew I didn't like this guy. I'm like, well, Mom, he got hurt. Still.
Tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Wasn't really his fault.
I don't care. He did it to himself. No, she didn't say that. Yeah, man, the Jets are... It's their team, but I can't root for Rodgers.
No.
I just can't.
No.
You got to separate the man from the player.
Well, I didn't. I'll be honest, too.
Can you root for the rest of the guys on the team?
Sure.
You get Breece Hall.
Yeah,
I do like. They got some guys over.
I like
there.
Garrett
Sauce
Wilson.
Gardner.
I do. Honestly, I like the rest of the team. Here's the thing, though. I didn't always love how NFL fans and pundits used to put Aaron Rodgers in bubble wrap too. Like he was always the guy that the media protected because they loved his style of play. Peyton Manning wins a Super Bowl is like, hey, when are you going to win another one, you scumbag? You put up all the regular season records. Why are you going to win two? You think you're so good. You're not as good as your brother. Like, they're so hard on Peyton Manning, who was one of the best to ever do it. But Aaron Rodgers, untouchable. It was the receivers. It was Mike McCarthy. He was a guy who never had a defense. Then it was he didn't host an NFC title game. Packers didn't host one. And then they hosted one. And then they lost.
Well, his coach kind of screwed him.
His coach screwed him.
So Anthony, everything you've actually said, though, has a lot of truth to it, though.
How much is Aaron Rodgers?
Like, how bad was that Green Bay defense when they lost to the Falcons in the NFC Championship game?
Okay.
Or was that that was the NFC Championship game?
It was the NFC Championship
That was a bad defense.
It was a great offense. Like the Falcons had a good defense. Come on. Matt Ryan never had a good defense.
Anthony, they held the Patriots to 3 points for like half a game.
Don't you? Marsh.
They did.
Really?
Actually.
On NFL opening night, you're going to do this to me.
I'm being consistent.
When my hopes are as high as they can be.
I'm being authentic. I'm being consistent.
He's being who he is. He's right,
E2, Brute?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's just wrap up this show.
We'll put you in bubble wrap, Anthony.
Just like Aaron. All right. Bet the board, 3 stars of the day, and criticisms and compliments next. Mosby Building Arts, they have a great sale going on right now. Go Smart and Classic Tub to Shower. They've got a bathroom sale at Mosby Building Arts that's running throughout the September month here. You can get, in three ways to say, but you can get 10% off all bathroom projects or no payments for 12 months or payments as low as $200 a month. So they gave you 3 ways to save at Mosby Building Arts when it comes to redoing your new bathroom. And if you just go to the website at callmosby.com, you can see some of the renovations that they've done. You see the before shot, and bathroom looks fine, but when it comes to what they did with the exact same space, upgraded the storage, upgraded the look and the style, you'll fall in love with it. So if you've thought about redoing your shower or your bathroom, call Mosby at 314-909-1800. Again, they give you 3 ways to save on a completely new shower and bath, 10% off bathroom projects, or no payments for 12 months, or payments as low as $200 a month. When you call, tell them Anthony Stalter for 101 ESPN was telling you about the sale. They'll love to hear that. 314-909-1800 or call Mosby.com. It's Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. Anything from today's show, you can download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com, your 101 ESPN mobile app. It's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Time to bet the board. March, you have latest standings?
I do. I am up 2-1 for you, Anthony. 2-1 for Jamie. To 0 for Carey.
Oh, no. Carey.
Oh, no.
What happened, kid?
Yeah, Aaron Judge. And
what is that guy done?
Paw Patrol. Yeah,
true. All right. So, Marsh, are you up first?
Yes. Give me an Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown tonight.
Okay. All right. I like that one. Did our boy Jamie?
He is going with Ranger Suarez over 4.5 strikeouts.
Okay.
All right. That's it? 4.5? Who are they playing?
The Yankees, maybe? I don't know.
No, they're not playing the Yankees. Yankees aren't playing today.
Playing Miami.
Huh.
There you go. They're playing Miami.
4.5?
Yeah.
That's got to be a misquote.
All right. I'm going to go with a prop as well. I think that Travis Kelce's yards are a little low tonight. Give me the over 57.5 receiving yards for Travis Kelce. Went off in the AFC title game last year against the same Ravens team.
No, I lost. There it is. Give me Lamar Jackson over in passing yards, 215.5.
I like that one too. All right. Marsh, do you have the criticisms and compliments loaded up?
I do. This one comes from Jen. Getting in the car and listening to my guys in the fast lane ahead of the football season opener. Life doesn't get much better than that.
Yes.
Jen.
That's life in the fast lane.
That is life in the fast lane. Absolutely. Don't forget, you can listen to the game tonight, too, right here on 101 ESPN.
Let's go ahead and get to our 3 stars of the day.
Let's do it.
Before we get out of here. Our 3rd star of the day is going to go out to Grandma Groove.
Really?
Grandma Groove is our 3rd star of the day.
Okay.
Alrighty. 2nd star of the day goes to Cold Coffee.
Our guy, Percy, said that he was going to go find some cold coffee.
Not iced.
Not iced. He said cold after beating Marshy.
Not bad at that.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, he will. And our 1st star of the day goes out to people who live in other people's houses within the walls.
If you're wondering how we got onto that, we don't know, but I thought it wound up being a very enlightening conversation about what we would all do if, in fact, we found somebody living under our stairs at home. You know, that little, as Marsh put it, the Harry Potter room.
Yes.
If you've ever seen Harry Potter when he's living in, who is it? I
believe it's his aunt and uncle.
Yeah,
That's different from the Jumanji door. Isn't that like, aren't they Narnia? Is that Narnia?
That is a wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Narnia.
And the
Not too much.
wardrobe was actually, if you read the books, which I did when I was a toddler, not a toddler, but a young child.
You're reading a toddler? That's amazing.
The wardrobe was made out of a magic tree that was a part of Narnia.
Nice job there, Marsh.
Yeah.
I feel like you had just enlightened us.
I try and do my best.
You certainly do. Yeah, you certainly do. All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Again, just a reminder, we do have tonight's game for you. Ravens, Chiefs, pregame starting at 6:30. For Andrew Marsh, for Jamie Rivers, for Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.